It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
And here we go. Welcome back into Rothman and Ice. I'm Matty Ice on the board doing his thing. Back from Milwaukee is TLC. And to my right today, I am joined by the one and only Dylan Tyre. DT, welcome back in, my man. How have you been?
Thank you, Matty. I've been great. I'm excited to be back. I mean, Cole's on the other side of the glass over there, and I'm a little bit nervous to be around him now that he's gone so viral.
You never know. If you act out of line, he may throw you out there on social media, and the whole world will dunk on you the way that he dunked on a 13-year-old, which we will get back to because I need more of the fallout there. A lot to unpack with you and your personal life, which is great news. That's out there as well. But here's our lineup for today. 12:30, as always, on Wednesday. We'll chop it up with Adam Schefter about everything happening around the National Football League. 1:30, the former Buckeye and one of our teammates here, Bobby Carpenter, joins us. And then at 2:30, we will go down to Tuscaloosa to get a feel on Alabama. Kalen DeBoer in year 2. Colin Gay, who covers the Alabama football program for the Tuscaloosa News, will join us in our final hour. As always, just a quick reminder, if you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you have to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. DT, I understand that there's congratulations that are in order because you, my man, I believe, got married since the last time I saw you. So congrats on that. Talk about that experience.
Well, I appreciate it. Yes, my now wife and I, Brooke, we got married on August 2nd, so a couple Saturdays ago. It was awesome. Great party. I think everybody that attended had a great time up at Jorgensen Farms in the Westerville area, so shout out to them. And then I went to my honeymoon in St. Lucia, 7 days beachside, which was not too bad.
Jealous.
Got a nice tan, I think, going on right now.
Yeah,
I was told
good.
earlier today that I was glowing, which I appreciate. And yeah, back at it. Happy to be here with you. I'm going to be with you a couple times going forward.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it, man, because we're getting down to it. You know, it's funny. I saw our guy Skip Mossick walking around the building, one of the goats that walks around here. And speaking of tans, like Skip, he's been out there. I don't know where he went, but the tan is popping right now.
Oh, man.
Skip looks good right now.
I feel like Skip's always got a nice crisp to him, but he walked in and dapped me up, and I was like, Skip, all right.
Been getting it in out there on the beach, baby.
Look at you.
TLC, welcome back. It's good to see you. You got a fresh cut going on today, man. What's outside of the tweet?
Well, first and foremost, congratulations to Dylan. When I saw him today, I thought I noticed a ring, and I just didn't know if he had been married and didn't usually wear a ring and what. I didn't know what the deal was, but I'm like, that kind of looks new. And then everyone's congratulating him, and I'm like, shoot, I was the first person who saw him today, and I didn't congratulate him.
Just a little bit of drip, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're iced out over there.
I didn't know if it was like a fashion statement or what.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
It's good, man. Congratulations.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's weird for me to wear a ring because I'm not a jewelry guy at all. Like, I don't wear a watch ever, any rings, anything like that. Got a little chain, that's about it.
Yeah.
But it's nice. I've been wearing it for a week now, and I like it.
It looks good on you. Fits you well.
I appreciate it.
It fits you well. TLC, outside of your viral tweet when you bodied a 13-year-old kid,
Parents.
what else has been going on in your world? How was Milwaukee?
Milwaukee was cool. I was with my brother. He just moved up there. We kind of had a very college-y experience.
Sounds fun.
Me, my other brother, and my neighbor, who's Luke's age. So we all went up to visit him because he just moved up there for work at about Easter. So he's been up there for a few months, just paying him a visit. And it was 4 dudes in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. And I got to be honest with you, by the end of that, I was dying to get out of there. I'll go back and visit him again. I'll just do it by myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to reach that point. Like those trips, you know, they can produce some fun stories, but the stories are usually better than when you're actually in it because, I mean, dude, like 4 dudes, like doing like a shower rotation.
That's
like,
tough.
And it's like
That's tough.
90 degrees, dude.
Yeah.
And we're walking around, we're sweating like crazy, and you got to wait like 45 minutes before you can take a shower because, hey, man, we got to share all this space. I'm sorry, I might be past that point in my life.
I am 100% with you.
That's
I
too
don't like to
collegey.
share bathrooms with anybody at this point in my life. And I'm a germaphobe too, as you know.
Yeah.
So that's a huge no-no, like going into the bathroom and just seeing hairs everywhere and nail clippings and whatever the hell else might be in there. Like, I can't do it, DT. Sharing bathrooms with people on trips is just an absolute no for me.
Well, this sounds like a torture chamber. So when I was at Ohio State, we lived in a house with 8 guys on Lane Avenue, 2 bathrooms, 8 guys. So I know the 4-man rotation in the bathroom. But what you were telling me right now in that humidity, when the shower doesn't take, you know, when you hop out of the shower and you're still sweating, you got to go get in some AC to let that thing take. Well, if you're in a 1-bedroom apartment with 4 guys, you got nowhere to go. So that sounds absolutely horrible.
Yeah, there was
You
some,
are past that.
there were some party fouls going on. Like, and again, like I'm 26, so my brother who has the apartment is 24. Mm-hmm. My youngest brother's 19. So like we're all kind of in that age range. And so like we show up, there are no paper towels, so we're all using like real towels. And so I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you got to get like napkins or paper towels or something. So like you have like your universal towel that's kind of cleaning up everything and you don't know where it's been and whatnot. My brother ran out of hand soap, and so they were like,
Oh, man.
I stayed with my brother in New York City
He's
about
using,
a
like,
year ago.
dish soap.
He doesn't have, my brother didn't have a blanket. I was supposed to sleep on their couch and they didn't have a blanket. So I went on Amazon. I was like, I'll get you guys some blankets.
Oh,
but
man. It's good
that's
stuff.
some classic
Yeah,
guy
it's
stuff.
good
He
stuff.
just- that's just
There was some
big dumb
right
idiots.
out of college living going on.
Yeah, exactly.
TLC, any good food up there in Milwaukee? They're famous for the beer and the cheese and all that. Like, did you tap into any good restaurants or anything while you were there?
They are famous for the beer and the cheese, and every place you go, they got that. We did get cheese curds, which I think are good. I think they're just smaller mozzarella sticks, but they're actually more convenient to eat because, you know, when you got mozzarella sticks, it's like falling out of your mouth, and you got to like use your hand to rip it apart. So I like that. Didn't do too much there. It was kind of just like living in like a day in the life of my brother more so than doing a full touristy experience. We did go to AmFam Field to catch a Brewers game, which, by the way, I mean, what a team that they got going right now.
They don't lose.
They're balling right now.
They really don't.
Balling.
And so we saw the game where it ended with the play at the plate with Marte getting gunned down from center field. I mean, that stadium is so cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can appreciate this because I'm a Pirates fan, you're a Reds fan. Mm-hmm. And so when it gets to August, we're not usually focusing on baseball because football is around the corner, and usually our baseball teams aren't very good.
Right.
Dude, that atmosphere and they're playing against the Mets, who at least at the time had a wild card spot. They got swept, so who knows now. But that atmosphere, it was a completely packed place. We thought we were going to play the game where you show up, it's a new stadium, you're in one section, one inning, you rotate over to a new section just to see like every aspect of the ballpark.
Yeah.
Dude, we couldn't go anywhere. Like,
It was booming
that
in there, huh?
place
Yeah.
was packed, everyone engaged, everyone going nuts, and I'm like, damn, why can't my baseball team be interesting in August?
It looks the part on TV. The stadium does. Like, it just looks cool on TV. So being in the building, I can only imagine how sweet that looks, especially with the slide and all that stuff. Was that in left field? I believe
yeah.
the slides up
Did
there.
you witness
in
that?
left
They
field.
still do that, right?
I
This-
did.
okay.
There was I think it was Bryce Terang hit a bomb, actually, which is crazy because he's small.
Yeah.
But Bernie Brewer did go down.
Speaking of home runs, quick shout out to Jose Ramirez. After what he did last night, the dude joined very, very elite company. Hit 2 home runs last night. Guardians, I believe, won the game. But after what he did last night, getting to 27 home runs on the season, he is now the leader in Cleveland baseball history when it comes to multi-home run games. He has 27 on the year, as I mentioned. But when you look at the names that he passed, Manny Ramirez, Jim Thome, Albert Bell, this guy to me is a Hall of Fame talent. I think he's going to get in with the resume that he has stacked up so far, but he is just year in and year out, DT, an absolute star. So I just wanted to give Jose some love out of the gate today because I don't know if he gets the national love he probably deserves at this point, but here in Ohio, we know how special the guy is. And again, just put together another great game last night. But when you're passing names like Tommy, Bell, Manny Ramirez, yeah, you're a one-of-one type of guy.
It is tough to think about that, right? Because in my mind, Jose Ramirez is probably a top 5, top 10 player in baseball. He's one of, if not the most consistent guy year in and year out. It's 25 home runs, 25 stolen bases, and he's hitting right around 300 with, 80-plus RBIs every single year. When you think about that, you're like, okay, this guy is a great. But when you actually see him physically pass those names on that list, the Manny Ramirez's, the Jim Tome's, Albert Bell. It's absolutely insane because in your mind, it's like, oh, those three are legends.
Yeah.
Especially a guy like Jim Tome up there just hitting home runs in Cleveland. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So to think about that and that Jose is there right now and just the longevity for him, it feels like, to me, Jose Ramirez just got going in Major League Baseball, but he has been this guy every single year. I love watching him play.
You know what I appreciate about his game too, DT, is he doesn't look like a Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani.
Are you saying he's fat?
Stature. No, I'm just saying like
fat.
He looks like just kind of a normal dude. Like he looks like a normal dude out there playing with 1% type of athletes in the world, and he is one of the best at what he does. Like, I just appreciate those guys. Like a Nikola Jokic in basketball. Like, he's not jumping the highest, he's not running the fastest, but he's one of the best in the NBA, and I think J-Ram's cut from a similar cloth.
Don't forget, he's 1-0 with a knockout, too.
There you go.
Him versus Tim Anderson.
Down goes Anderson.
By the way, you know what I forgot to tell you that happened this weekend when I was in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
I watched A Dark Knight.
Did you?
Yes, and we are about to have about 50 drops from that movie within the next couple of weeks.
The movie is just from start to finish, I think, just absolutely incredible. The bank robbery scene out of the gate.
Had you not seen it?
I had not.
Wow. Because that's been out since, 2008?
2012, I
really?
think.
No, 08.
I think, it's
Really?
earlier than that.
I thought Batman Begins was 08 and Dark Knight was 2012. I might be wrong on that.
Dark
but-
Knight and then
check that out.
Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Rises.
Or, yeah, whatever.
Heath Ledger, though?
Hadn't seen that one either.
Oh,
I
baby.
mean, listen. Sucks that Heath Ledger wasn't able to move on with his life after that. So we pour one out for him. But what he left us with that role, he went out on top, TLC, because him as the Joker, one of the best villains in any TV series, any movie that I've ever seen. He crushed that role.
Dude, on my letterbox, I'm going to give it a 4.5 instead of a 5 because I was rooting for him to win at the end. I'm dead serious. He was so cool.
Yeah, he was really cool. He really was. Coming up, ESPN, they rolled out their preseason All-American teams for the upcoming season. How many Buckeyes made the list? We will tell you next. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and I want to talk to you about the roof over your head. You know that thing that protects your house and everything in it? It's pretty important, and a lot of you are going to have to replace it soon, but be warned. There are companies out there that skip over the biggest part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if that attic doesn't have proper circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and rot. You got rot, and not to mention leaks in the wintertime and higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I'm telling you about my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. They start with a free 21-point roof inspection, including a thorough inspection of that attic as well. They know that if that ventilation isn't right, that roof's going to be built on a shaky foundation. That's why every Victor's roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are also available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and get that estimate today. 866-VICTORS or go to victors.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and it's the Toyota National Sales Event all month long at Toyota West. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of no payments for 90 days, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. No payments for 90 days. Deferred payment. Interest accrued at time of inception with approved credit. Expires 8/31.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, SI.com's Bob Herrig joins us from the BMW, plus Joe Murray of the Western Golf Association on the Evan Scholars Foundation.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Have the umbrella handy by the time the kids are getting out of school or you're getting out of work. We are going to see chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 80s. For tonight, those chances of rain taper off overnight with our lows down into the 70s. Otherwise, skies will be partly sunny and highs in the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice on 97.1 The Fan.
That you are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in. Matty Ice got Dylan Tyre rocking with me today. Bottom of the hour, Adam Schefter will join us to talk all things National Football League. Speaking of the NFL, I know one of the headline stories around the sport, if not the headline story around the NFL, is the Browns quarterback situation. And earlier in the morning, DT, there was some stuff out there that, hey, if there's no Kenny Pickett, if there's no Dylan Gabriel, both these guys dealing with hamstring injuries, talking about their next preseason game on Saturday against Philly, then it's going to be Shedeur that gets the start. About 30 minutes after that, we find out that Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders suffered an oblique injury while throwing during the early portion of practice today and was held out for the rest of the session. And so all of this has been clunky. It's just been very, very hit and miss as far as availability with the quarterbacks right now, just due to injuries. And so now you have 3 of the 4 guys dealing with something. I don't know what's going to happen with Dylan and Kenny going into Saturday. We shall see when it comes to their availability, but they just don't have a healthy quarterback room at the moment. I believe Tyler Huntley's still floating around right now, but if you are Shedeur, DT, this is the last thing that you wanted coming off of a preseason game where he put out some good tape, man.
Yeah, it's something to monitor for sure, right, with Shedeur Sanders. Yahoo Sports reported about an hour ago that Kevin Stefanski announced that if Dylan Gabriel is unable to play on Saturday versus the Eagles, Shedeur will make the start in that game. So I'm wondering how it all shakes out timing-wise here. But you don't want nagging stuff, right? Like if you're Shedeur, you just want to keep building. Yeah. And, I know people want to see him continue to get more reps, but you got to give Dillon Gabriel the fair shake too. And, he got drafted before Shedeur did. So, what if Dillon Gabriel goes out, starts this game against the Eagles and he balls out? You know what I'm saying? But you never want this nagging stuff, especially the oblique stuff when you're throwing. That can get naggy for you. So it is a weird situation right now up in Cleveland. Like Snoop Huntley's getting reps up there out of the blue. It's
they just need healthy
stuff.
Bodies, right? They just need healthy bodies to have the offense get in and out of practice, as well as you can. And so you're right to talk about that oblique injury. I've heard baseball players talk about it. You get that in that midsection, how difficult that can be when you have to use your core the way that they do. But you're right, with Shedeur trying to plant and throw and all those things, that's no doubt could be a challenge. Again, don't want to freak out too much. Maybe this is something that he can bounce back from and come back out there tomorrow and get ready for Saturday. But that is the latest happenings with the Browns right now, as they're doing some joint practices with the Philadelphia Eagles. We are just a couple weeks away from Ohio State welcoming in the Texas Longhorns. And fun part of this portion of the calendar for me is you kind of get the framework, DT, of who are going to be the guys, right? With these All-American lists that are out there, some of the preseason award watch lists that roll out as well. And ESPN put out their 2025 preseason college football All-American team. And no surprise that you have two Buckeyes on the first team, those two Buckeyes being Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs. Two pillars on both sides of the ball. Tremendous place to start when you're turning the page from a national championship team, not only because of how good they are out there on the field, but everything you hear these guys say and everything you hear people say about them is that these dudes are A1 leaders. Like these guys they don't mess around. They're not big talkers. They just go out there and play at the highest level. And so no surprise there. I mean, Caleb Downs, just an absolute monster on the back end of the defense last year with what he was able to clean up and how great his tackling was, and did a good job of taking the rock away a few times too. And so he's a guy that I think when you have some youth on defense this year, DT, as they will, I think those guys can look to Caleb and know week in and week out, this is how I can get to the top of the mountain as far as going about my business, but just being one of the best. And so, man, Coach Day, you got to feel great about having these guys, obviously. The questions at quarterback are going to be a big deal, but ESPN kind of telling us what we already know, that Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith, no doubt, two of the best players in the country.
I was checking out CBS Sports' list, too, because their preseason All-Americans also came out earlier today, and it was the exact same thing. Yeah. Very similar lists, but I think any preseason All-American list is going to have Caleb Downs. It's going to have Jeremiah Smith on it. I was kind of surprised to see some other names left off, like a Sonny Styles wasn't on that ESPN list. He was a second-teamer on CBS Sports list. So, Max Clare, I think they had as a second-teamer. So I'm curious to see how all this plays out, because I would not be surprised when the season is over with to see more guys from Ohio State in that conversation. Like Austin Siereveld, I know, is turning some heads in camp right now on that offensive line. Maybe a cornerback like a Davis Enigmanus, and maybe he sneaks in there, something like that. So I think we could definitely see more guys.
I'm so glad you brought up Max Clare, because for me this offseason, there's been a pretty decent amount of hype in my mind when it comes to him and what he can mean to this year's team. Like the tight end position has always been kind of a running joke, even going back to Urban. Like, is this the year a tight end's going to pop off? And we know, look, over there they have the most elite receivers college football has seen, probably outside of LSU, over the last 10 years. And then even beyond that, we know the history is absolutely great when it comes to wide receivers at Ohio State. But this guy, Max Clare, coming in from Purdue, as you laid out, ESPN identified him as a second-team All-American. This is going to come down to opportunities. That's it. Because I think if Coach Day, Coach Hartline put enough on his plate this year, I think the dude is going to cook. Like, he was really good last year at Purdue, where he was the focus. He was the guy that defensive coordinator said, for us to have success against Purdue and their offense, we got to try to take him out of the game. Max Clare last year, the guy ranked 16th in the conference in receiving yards. There was only one other tight end in the Big Ten last year that did that ranked in the top 20, and that was Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren from Penn State last year ranked second in the conference in receiving yards, and Max Clare, without Jeremiah Smith on the outside, Carnell Tate on the outside, was still that impactful. And so, DT, I don't know if the numbers are going to be eye-popping for him this year, but I do think there are going to be moments this season where we said, Max Clare, he had that impactful catch in the third quarter, fourth quarter, or he just balled out and had 8 for 85 and a touchdown. I think he has those skills. And when you have to double Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate and some of these other playmakers, Max Clare, I think, is going to be a due for him this year.
Well, if he can be a difference maker and whoever the quarterback is can find him, I think, the world is the Buckeyes' oyster, right? Because that tight end position has been a little bit of an enigma at Ohio State, where I feel like they've recruited it pretty well, but the production is never crazy for a tight end at Ohio State. And maybe that's a product of just having so much talent on the outside at wide receiver. But this year might be a little bit different because Max Clare is a proven entity in college football, and he comes in with all these accolades. And, maybe there are a few more unknowns behind Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. I know Ohio State has tons of talent at wide receiver. Brandon Inniss is a guy that people are excited about too. But, Max Clare, I think there's something to be said about maybe the tight end having a little bit more production at Ohio State this year.
Yeah, you're so right, DT. And, I've been focusing a lot on how the running backs can help Julian or Lincoln this year with just the balance that could possibly provide for those two dudes. But I also think, too, having a tight end that you can have hit you with some of those easy throws across the middle and those clean looks, I think he can help out a young quarterback as well. Speaking of quarterback, ESPN identified Cade Klubnik as the preseason All-American at the quarterback position. Second team, they went with Garrett Nussmeier. And so this has been the all-season of, as a team, Penn State getting a lot of love and pressure put on their plate, but individually, the same can be said for Cade Klubnik and what he has to bring forth Saturday after Saturday, because it's put up or shut up time for this guy, DT. I mean, this guy's been around for a while now. He was a huge recruit coming out of high school. Everything you hear about Clemson and what they're bringing to the table this year, especially with Williams outside at wide receiver, is that this guy really doesn't have any excuses. They got a squad. It's time to go. I am not the biggest Cade Klubnik guy as far as believing in this super high ceiling with him. I think he is a good college quarterback, but I don't know if he is a true difference maker, and I can't wait to see if this is the year that it finally comes together, because if they do get really good quarterback play from Cade, Clemson's going to be dangerous.
Well, I really like Clemson this season. Their defense is nasty. They have guys up and down the All-American list on defense, or the preseason list at least. But I am kind of with you, but I also feel like so many quarterbacks in college football this season are in that exact same spot. Like, who's the second team All-American at quarterback? Garrett Nussmeier. And he's kind of in the same spot as a guy like Klubnik. Drew Aller has been really talked up this year, and he's not on these preseason All-American lists, but people are saying he might be the first quarterback off the board in the NFL draft. And Penn State is in a very similar situation to Clemson in that it is go time. It's now or never for a team like Penn State. Arch Manning is not on these lists, even though people are talking up Arch Manning like crazy. So I think the quarterback position this year is so interesting and intriguing in college football. Yeah. And, I've talked about it with you before in that everything is open in general in college football this year, that I feel like there's just not a locked in, like, these are the teams this year. And I think it's because of that quarterback position. It's so wide open there. And I think this list reflects that.
No doubt. No doubt. Quick programming note. TLC made me aware that Schefter's going to move to 1 o'clock. So he'll move to 1 o'clock today, and we'll still get all the good NFL information from him. So coming up next, here's what we will do. It's hump day, DT. We're looking at some NFL teams around the league that are trying to get over the hump. We'll look at some of the win totals that Vegas is throwing out there for some of the teams that are in the middle of the pack. Who can get over the hump this year? We'll talk about that in 2 minutes. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry. Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
The dog days are the best days to save at Coughlin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Get 0% financing on any new Kia EV, Sportage, or Sorrento, or 1.9% on a new 25 Seltos or K5. Visit CoughlinKia.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
Based on January to December 2024 retail sales at all 4 locations. 0% for 48 months equals $20.83 per 1,000 financed. 1.9% for 48 months equals $21.65 per 1,000 financed. All manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Dealer financing required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. Ends 9/2/25.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious? No, he's not from New Jersey. Back to Rothman and Ice.
He's from Chi-Town, baby. He's from Chi-Town. Welcome back in, Matty Ice. Got my guy DT in the house, Dylan Tyre, filling in for AR today. Quick programming note. If you're expecting Adam Schefter, don't worry. He will join us today, but he will join us at the top of the hour. So 1 o'clock, Schefty will hop on. A lot of stuff happening around the NFL with contracts and injuries. So we will absolutely get the latest from him. TLC, you and I, prior to the show, crafting how we wanted to go about this thing. I looked at you and I said, you know what? It's hump day. Who are some of these NFL teams that are going to get over the hump this year? And then you said, you know what? Matty Ice, let's look at some of these win totals. Let's look at some of these teams that are in the middle of the pack, according to Vegas. And you're going to throw these teams at us, and DT and I will react and hit you with whether we think they can get over the hump in 2025. Who you leading off with, big dog?
First of all,
that's appropriate.
There we go.
That's appropriate right there.
'Tis the season. It's almost happening.
Love it.
All right, so a true middle-of-the-road team would be expected to be 8.5 and 8.5, if that's possible. And so we'll just shoot it there. The odds on the win totals of being over under 8.5, we have 4 teams. The first one I will throw at you, and we'll go in alphabetical order based on geography, the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
And you don't need like a specific over or under, just general thoughts.
The vibe that I have coming out of Arizona is that they're a year away, DT, from getting to this number. They really invested on the defensive side of the ball coming out of the draft. Their head coach, Jonathan Gannon, former defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles when they won the Super Bowl or went to the Super Bowl a few years ago. I just don't have a whole bunch of trust in Kyler Murray to be consistent. And that's what this comes down to more times than not is, well, you got under center. And what's he bringing to the field every single Sunday? And with that guy, I just don't know. So I would lean right now that the Arizona Cardinals would not get over that hump, according to Vegas.
So I think the Cardinals and also the next team on this list are like the quintessential 8-win teams in the NFL. Like if you had to pick teams to win 8 games, these are them. I'm going to go over, though, for the Cardinals this year for the exact opposite reasons that you talked about. Because they have been so mid for the last few seasons, it feels like, I think they get over the hump this year. Like, you've got some pieces on offense. I think Marv breaks out this year. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think they're going to have a better connection, he and Kyler Murray. Some changes on defense, like you said, investments there. Trey McBride at the tight end position. I'm just gonna zig as you zag, or maybe I'll zag as you zig. I'm gonna go a little bit different, just because maybe this is the year for the Cardinals that they do get over that hump.
Not mad at it. And you look around the division, like Seattle, San Francisco. What are they bringing to the table this year?
And I do want to ask Schefty about what's going on with Matt Stafford and the Rams. So that could be a down division this year, and maybe the Cardinals profit.
Yeah, that's one of the
old men have bad bags, don't they, Matty?
Yes, they do, and I'm one of those old men. Absolutely,
sir.
2 times this year, I have not been able to walk. DT in New Orleans.
One of them was at work.
And one of them was here, and I was just cooked after that. So, yeah, he has every right to call me an old man
bad.
at this point.
It was bad. I was there.
I got bad problems right now. What's next, TLC?
All right, 8.5 on the Falcons. For what it's worth, The under is a slight favorite.
Okay.
Under.
A lot of weapons.
Under 8.5. They've got a lot of weapons. I know they do, but just the uncertainty at the quarterback position. This is a lot to put on Michael Penix Jr.'s plate here in year one. I know if it goes south, they could go to Kirk Cousins, I guess, but do you really want to do that? I think it's an under for the Falcons. I'm just not a believer in this team.
You mentioned Matt Stafford and his back injury. If I'm Sean McVay, I might be thinking late at night, do we need to call Atlanta?
Wow.
Because I think they have a roster that's ready to go and compete at a very high level. I don't think you just throw away a year. If the Stafford back injury is very, very real, then I think you have to call Kirk Cousins in Atlanta and say, you want to come on out here in L.A.? Throw to Puka.
You don't like Jimmy G?
No. I got to get off the Jimmy G thing. We know what that is. And more times than not, it's going to fall flat. I'm going over with Atlanta,
really?
though. I am all in, especially on that offense. I've been a big believer in Michael Penix for years. Like, I just love watching the dude play, lefty, cannon of an arm. Their offensive weapons, I think, are ready to pop, right, at an even higher clip. Dijon's good. Drake London, I think, is going to get scary good this year. The questions that I have, the investment they made on the D-line this year, especially in the draft. They grabbed a couple guys in the first round. They've been taking swings at that for years and been missing, DT. And so I'm going down kind of a dark path with that, but I'm just a believer in Michael Penix. And so I'm going over with Atlanta. I think they can get over that hump this year.
No more Grady Jarrett, though. Like, he's
that's your boy now.
He's a big emotional part of that team,
That's
or was
true.
a big emotional part
That's
of that
true.
team.
But I believe in the quarterback and the
right.
playmakers, and I think that'll be enough firepower to get them over that hump.
Everybody loves the New England Patriots this season. I think you're one of them, Ice.
Yeah.
New
Why?
head coach.
I'm going to tell you why.
Quarterback's the same, but he's now a sophomore. So, you can excuse some mistakes from last year. You expect a little bit of growth out of Drake May.
Yep.
8.5's the number. The under is a slight favorite as well.
I'm going over all day and tomorrow. Vrabes, for me, did a lot in Tennessee where he didn't have top to bottom, I think, elite rosters year in and year out. Yes, Derrick Henry was incredible. Yes, Simmons on the defensive line was awesome too. And then A.J. Brown was in there for a little bit of time. I got all that. But I just think when you look at New England, or when I look at New England right now, Dylan, he's building this thing out the way that he did in Nashville, right? The biggest question mark is Stephon Diggs, because that is really going to push, I think, fast track Drake May into some real success. I think on his own, he is going to be a good quarterback. But on defense, Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis may be one of the best cornerback duos in the sport this year. They really swung big and spent a lot of money on their defensive line in free agency this year. And then you sprinkle in a guy like Travion Henderson, who's going to be awesome. You take a first-round tackle in Will Campbell out of LSU. I just believe in Vrabes. I believe in the skill set that they have. I don't believe in the Dolphins or the Jets in their division this year either. And so I'm going over for New England. I'm one of those people that's on the early hype train for the New England Patriots, because I think that's going to get crowded when we get into the middle portion of the season.
So you're saying at least 9 wins for the Patriots, which is a 5-win bump from last season.
I think they can do it.
I know Drake May didn't play all of last year.
It sounds like a lot.
That is a lot. I like Drake May's game. I thought when he came in and played at the end of the season, he looked nice. Like a game against the Bills late in the year, I thought Drake May looked very, very good. I don't know, though. 5 more wins than last year.
Let me throw this at you. The early portion of their schedule, Raiders, Dolphins, Steelers, Panthers, New Orleans. 5 of their, and then the 6th game is at Buffalo, which we know is an uphill climb for anybody. But outside of that Buffalo game, I think they can make some noise early, which is what they're going to have to do if they're going to get to that number that you're talking about.
I just don't know. Their lack of weapons offensively is really scary to me. Like the pass catchers for Drake May, Stephon Diggs, man, I don't know. Does he still have it?
I think he does.
Does he?
I think he does. Now, is he going to come out as Minnesota or Buffalo Stephon Diggs? I'm not expecting that. But I think he's going to be much better than what they had last year. And so that, I'm with you. Like outside of Diggs and outside of Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson, it's not the sexiest pass catchers. But I think you could have said the same about Tennessee when Vrabes was over there outside of A.J. Brown, who you're really relying on consistently. So I think with his defensive mindset, And I think with what Drake May provides and the leap he's going to make, I could see them getting to 9 dubs this year.
9 is just, that is steep. It's a little bit steep for me. I go under on the Patriots. I think the Patriots win 6 or 7 games.
The last one, 8.5. He's not playing in New Orleans.
Would you ever consider playing for the Saints?
No. He's in Pittsburgh. And the under is a very, very slight favorite. So, shockingly, the Steelers are projected to be somewhere in the middle, which is kind of what they've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about this? This is your squad.
I think we have a higher ceiling that we've had. I think the floor is like us being kind of like funny bad.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we're going to be like Browns bad. The Browns are also going to be funny bad now that I come to think of it.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, I've just seen too much shooting in the middle with this organization. So whatever happens, I think it'll end up in the middle, but I think it could really be a crazy roller coaster to like 8 or 9 wins. I think there are going to be various points where they look like that they're going to win 4 games, at various points where they look like they're going to win 14. And then it's just going to rework itself to find itself where it always does.
I don't have a whole lot of faith in Aaron Rodgers, but I do have a lot of faith in their defense, so I'll take the over. I think the defense is so good that it can win you a bunch of games.
Yeah, the addition of Jalen Ramsey, that'll be interesting to see how you swap out Minka and Jalen. What type of role can he play on the back end? I love their D-line. Like if they're healthy with Highsmith and Watt and Cam Hayward, you know what time it is down there in the trenches. They're going to be creating a whole bunch of static down there. Look, I just got done hyping up Mike Vrabel, and my belief in him as a head coach, same thing could be said for the other Mike Tomlin. I just believe so much in the structure that he provides. Their quarterback play, I think, will be better than what they had a year ago. I'm going to go with the over. I think you guys can get over that hump, TLC.
All right, let me tell you a bonus one here because it's dead even on this, on the over and the under.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins 7.5.
Under. The vibes are horrible for me right now.
So I'm a little bit high. I'm a little bit higher on the Dolphins this year. I think the Dolphins are going to be better than people think. What's so bad about
their entire secondary is banged up right now? Mm-hmm. I saw today Chop Robinson got carted off.
Did hear that?
Yeah, but so is everybody at this point.
My point is, I think the too many defensive, not adjustments, but too much of a new rotation on defense, if you will, especially on the back end. Like Jalen Phillips is a dude. D-line, I'm in on that. But the vibes around Tua and Tyreek, I don't like. I don't think Tyreek Hill's going to be there the entire year. And so I'm bigger on New England than I am Miami to finish second in the AFC.
I just think it's so sexy to be anti-Dolphins right now. Like, I feel like people have just been down on them so bad after last season when Tua got hurt. So I'm higher on the Dolphins. I think I'm over on the Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up, Joel Klatt was joined by Tom Brady and asked him what he doesn't enjoy about college football. Stick around and we'll let you hear what the GOAT had to say next. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
The summer event is still on at Germain Honda of Dublin, and the deals are hot. Lease the rugged 25 Honda Ridgeline Sport for just $339 a month, or finance with an unbeatable 0.99% APR. Or drive home in the new 25 Honda Prologue EX. Lease it now for only $149 a month, or 0% APR, plus no payments for 90 days. Get the deal you deserve at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for full details.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loads and no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
From sold-out stadiums under Friday night lights to more than 100,000 screaming fans on the banks of the Olentangy, America's football capital is right here in OHIO. But the greatest players and coaches of all time live in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you spend your Sundays yelling "Hoo Day" or barking like a dog from your seats in the pound. A trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame should be on every fan's bucket list. Plan your trip at ProFootballHof.com. The Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Call the
folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The kitchen drain has had enough. The toilet's called it quits. Drains are clogged throughout the house. I'm gonna throw a fit.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. Keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic, it's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Anthony finally hit a hole-in-one. It's in the hole. So now what? Just bask in the glory? And that's how she wrote. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
That you are. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Tyre in the house today for our guy AR. You know, DT, when I think about Michigan football, you know who never really jumps to the forefront of my mind?
Who's that?
It's Tom Brady. For whatever reason. Like, I think about the Braylon Edwards of the world and those type of guys, and just for whatever reason, he just never jumps to my mind as like a Wolverine like that. And maybe it was because he was just kind of good there, not great at Michigan, but his career as a whole is everything you could ever want with what he accomplished in the NFL. But I just think of so many other guys like Desmond Howard and, Denard Robinson and Hart and just all of those guys before I get to Tom Brady.
It's an interesting point because I feel the same way. Like when I think of the University of Michigan, in Michigan football in particular, I don't think Tom Brady. And I think it's just because I'm with you. Like he wasn't necessarily the relevant quarterback at Michigan, and Michigan wasn't the relevant football team when Tom Brady was there, I guess. I don't know. He's just he is an NFL quarterback in everybody's mind. And I feel like you would maybe say the same thing about a guy like Russell Wilson or maybe a bunch of guys. But I remember Russ when he was playing at Wisconsin after he transferred. You know what I mean? I just don't. You're right. I don't think Tom Brady is a Wolverine like that.
Joe Klatt had Tom Brady on his show, and he asked Tom, because we're in this state right now in college football. There's just been a lot of change over the last few years. There's more change to come, probably, especially when it comes to the playoff, and who knows what's happening with these conferences moving forward. It's the Wild Wild West right now in college football. And Klatt asked him, Tom, what don't you like about college football? And here's what he had to say.
Is there something that you really enjoy or don't enjoy about what's going on in the college space right now?
It's a really loaded question.
Yep.
And I mean, you look at your own personal experience with college football and the blessing that college football was for me. There were so many lessons that I learned in college about competition, about growing up, about responsibility and accountability. That, for my entire life, I can look back on and be grateful. I didn't go to 3 different colleges. I didn't leave college when it seemed like I wasn't going to play. Wasn't at college to do anything other than have a great college experience, to go to school, to have camaraderie with my teammates, and to compete at a high level. That's really where the focus was. And at a young age, that's where I think the focus needs to be.
So I've got all the respect in the world for Tom Brady as a player, right? But I think it's really easy to have that perspective and stance when you didn't have the opportunities available to you that these players now have. Because if you're Tom Brady and you're, I don't know, at the time, 19, 20 years old, whatever it was, and you do have the outlook like, you know what, I may not play for a year or 2 years, and you have the option of hitting the portal and being eligible to play right away, the way that these guys have right now, and the temptation from another program to say, hey, we got a big bag of money for you. Come on over here. You can be our guy. I hear what he's saying, but when you don't have to go through what these guys go through now, I think that's a little easier to say, DT.
No, I would agree with that in that, what I am thinking the entire time Tom Brady is speaking there is that the landscape has changed, right? It's just different now. And while I think, what he is saying is idyllic, like that's, if I'm being recruited by Ohio State, say I went to, Westerville North or something like Westerville Center, whatever high school, and I want to go to Ohio State and I get recruited by Ohio State and I play at Ohio State for 4 years. Like that's the idyllic thing, right? Like you want all of that to happen and be there forever. It's just not the case anymore, right? I don't think there is a right way to do it. Like back in the day with Tom Brady, that's how you would do it, right? That was the right way to do it. You would sit and wait, and when you got your shot, hopefully you were good enough to win the job, and hopefully you succeeded when you did get the job. Now there's just so much competition, right? Like you can't wait. Justin Fields, like think about when Justin Fields came to Ohio State, how much different the Ohio State quarterback situation would have been if Justin Fields did not come to Ohio State. The Buckeyes would have been in trouble. Like Tate Martell would have been the starting quarterback that year. And he transferred from Ohio State because of that, and he couldn't start anywhere else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's no right way to do it. No. In this modern era, there's just no right way to do it. It doesn't matter. It's whatever works for the guy in the school.
Correct. Because the dream for, I'm assuming, if not all, most of these guys is to get to the NFL. To get to the NFL. So to fast track that, you got to go somewhere where you can play. Now, there's calculated risk on both sides of this, right? Like you can be a guy at Ohio State and want to really, really play and go somewhere and get the opportunity to play, but not have the dudes around you that can maybe help you succeed at the highest level. So you can go somewhere, get the starting gig, get the money, and then play, and then it may not work. Or you can stick around a program like Ohio State and never play and not have those opportunities. And so I don't knock guys for chasing the bag. I don't knock guys for chasing opportunity because you only have a certain window of time to do so. And so while you're here, wherever you are, make the most of it. You just got to be smart in doing it. And so I hear, look, sometimes the OGs out there, the old heads always think their way was the best way of doing it. I disagree with Tom Brady in this because if it were his son, would he give his son the same advice? I don't know. I just know if I had a brother or a son and this was like, hey, man, I'm not going to play for a while. Let's go find somewhere else we can play. But also, not only can we play, but we can also succeed as well.
You just have to look out for yourself and control your own destiny. I think you can't leave it up to fate or leave it up to this guy losing a job or this guy not performing. You have to put yourself in the best situation to succeed. And I just feel like you are ignorant to think that these guys can't see the writing on the wall at some of these schools, right? Like you can see what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Julian Sayin transfers to Ohio State because Nick Saban leaves, right? He thought he was getting recruited and going to play for Nick Saban. Mm-hmm. Well, Nick Saban leaves, so Julian Sayin comes here where He knows he's going to get a great opportunity to play and be developed by Ryan Day and a great staff here. You have to pick the situation that is best for you. And when you see the writing on the wall, maybe where you originally thought it was going to be the best for you, the writing on the wall says, you're not going to play, or somebody else is, they're becoming more important now. DJ Lagway with Florida last year. Like, I know Mertz gets hurt, but people were calling for Lagway the entire time, right? You've got to see that writing on the wall and do what's best for you if you want to succeed.
I like DJ Lagway. I just hope he can stay healthy.
Me too.
Like, he's had a history of injuries. He's already banged up throughout this spring and summer this year. If he can stay healthy, he'll be balling down there for the Florida Gators. Top of the hour, after an update, Adam Schefter will join us to talk about all the latest happenings around the NFL. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Finish your outdoor wood projects with Cabot Premium Wood Care products. Australian timber oil is an exterior stain that provides maximum penetration, durability, and water repellency, making it ideal for decks, siding, outdoor furniture, and more. Save big money at Menards on Cabot Premium Wood Care products. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Colin Man and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino.
Mikey, it's time for the ultimate fan experience. You could win tickets to the big home team game.
Legal?
Oh, legal.
Oh, illegal.
Legal. Against a team that wears orange on August 30th.
It all goes down Thursday, August 28th from 6 to 7. All you have to do is use your Penn Play card or the Penn Play app during the month of August.
And you can win a bunch of other prizes as well. The more you play, the more opportunities you have to win.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, gambler.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinder Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
My name is Andre Roberts, and I'm a defender for the Ohio State men's soccer team. When I was in 7th grade, I fractured my kneecap. That was my first experience with Orthopedic One. My physician came in the room and delivered the diagnosis, and with the confidence that he had, it reassured me that I would be okay. And they definitely did a good job of knowing as a soccer player when I needed confidence, when I needed to be pushed, and they got me right back to where I was before my injury. Orthopedic One understood what it means to be a soccer player.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. We're 17 days away from Ohio State opening the season against Texas at the Shoe. North Carolina transfer defensive end Bo Atkinson had his black stripe removed at practice today. It's a big night down in Cincinnati for the Reds. Hunter Green returns from the IL to start against the Philadelphia Phillies. Green has missed the last 2 months with a groin injury. He'll face Christopher Sanchez tonight. First pitch down at Great American Ballpark is at 5:10. Pre-game coverage over on ESPN Columbus begins at 4:40. The Cleveland Guardians continuing their series with the Miami Marlins at Progressive Field. Gavin Williams makes the start for Cleveland. Yuri Perez for Miami. First pitch tonight is at 6:40. The Columbus Clippers in Toledo taking on the Mud Hens at 6:35. And Shedeur Sanders suffered an oblique injury early in practice today and was held out for the rest of the session.
NFL Playbook with ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Sponsored by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
All right, welcome back in. Dylan Tyre in the house today for AR. I'm Matty Ice. Going to light up right now the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline and bring on our guy, Adam Schefter, the NFL Insider. Shefty, happy Wednesday to you, my man. How are you?
Good. How you doing there, Matty? What's going on?
Good, my man. Thanks so much for asking. And as always, appreciate your time. Let's start with the latest happenings in Cleveland and their quarterback room, but I guess more importantly, the health, Shefty, of their quarterback room. What's the latest? What's your understanding of what's going on with Pickett and Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders?
Well, Pickett still not a part of team drills yet. He's been going through 7-and-7 drills. Dylan Gabriel is back in team drills. And then, of course, today, Shedeur Sanders goes out and strains his oblique, at least that's what it seems like, early in practice, and they decide to hold him out. Now, we'll see if and how much this keeps him sidelined. Like, again, when you're in the spot he is, he's going to make the team. That's not an issue. But the question is, could he compete, to solidify his standing on the depth chart? How high could he go? That's a problem. It's going to be a problem if he's going to miss time and miss game action, because when he came out on Friday and played, he lit it up, and you're really impressed. And if you're in his position, you want him to be able to do that again, so we'll see if they could do that.
Adam, so much conversation about Shedeur Sanders, and I feel like for being the number one overall pick, Cam Ward does not get talked about at all. So can you tell me generally how the progression has gone for Cam Ward and being that number one overall pick and how the Titans feel about him becoming the starter?
I think they feel great about him. I mean, they're really pleased with the progress he's shown. He's been what they've wanted him to be. They feel very excited about it. So, I mean, again, I just think for a number one pick, he's what they've wanted so far. Now, they haven't played a game yet, so it's easy to say that. But the guy is the first in the building, looks the part, acts the part, and now he's got to go play the part, which is the most important thing of all.
Shefty, let's go over to Buffalo. One of the lingering stories in the NFL for a premier player was James Cook and him wanting a new contract. It looks like they've hit the finish line for that deal. Walk us through that deal, Shefty, and the money and what that looks like for him.
Yeah, it's a 4-year, $48 million extension, $30 million guaranteed. And, I think it's the money that was going to be there all along. That was the deal that they were talking about. They were able to, touch it up and have it come in where it did. But it never was going to go much beyond that. And I always felt like James Cook needed to do the best deal he could get it done, take it, and move on. Like every day, you hear about another guy getting injured in practice, and he's coming off a great year. They've negotiated. They've gotten his deal to a certain level, and at that point, you got to close it out. You just got to close it out and get it done, and that's what they did today.
What's going on right now in Los Angeles with Matt Stafford? Because every day that I see Matt Stafford not practicing, I feel like the clock is beginning to tick on things. The faith in Jimmy G, I don't know what that is there. So what's the latest on Matt Stafford?
Yeah, he's uncomfortable. And, the Rams haven't sound worried. There's been a little bit of a shift in the way that Sean McVay has gone about it. The way he's talked about it, but to me, it's a case where they still think he's going to be ready opening day. That's what they think. They don't sound overly concerned, but every day the 37-year-old misses practice. That's got to be a concern.
Going down to Cincinnati, and we're joined by the ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter right here on the Fan. Shefty, any update at all when it comes to Trey Hendrickson? Are we still in the same spot?
I have not heard anything of progress. That doesn't mean there's not, but it's been quiet. It continues to be quiet. These things all of a sudden come together quick sometimes. You see James Cook come together quick. Obviously, everybody's hopeful that Trey Hendrickson will come together quick, but so far nothing right now that gives you, hope to get this done.
What about Micah Parsons and the Cowboys? Is there any movement there at all?
No, they haven't even talked at the contract. So, that one I could say, that deal does not look like it's getting done. Deal does not look like it's getting done.
Let me ask you this, Shefty. What changed throughout the process with Micah and Jerry Jones and Micah's agent? Was it the market moving with T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett and Max Crosby? What is making this such a clunky negotiation?
Well, it's not a clunky negotiation because there is no negotiation. They haven't had any contract talks, since late March, early April. There's been nothing that's happened. So it's just that people have begun to understand that they're in a standstill right now, that they're not getting it done. And at that point in time, people could say, okay, well, what's the deal here? Well, the deal is there's no deal, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a deal. And so I think people who are waiting for a deal probably will wind up being disappointed. Now, I know that these deals can come together quick and people can get together and knock it out. That always could happen. But I haven't seen any signs of hope that a deal is forthcoming anytime soon, if at all, in the near future.
The health of the Minnesota Viking wide receivers right now, I guess the availability of the wide receivers in Minnesota moving forward. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, the latest on those two guys.
Justin Jefferson's not going to practice this week. They're going to hold him out again. Hamstring, soft tissue. I think you got to be careful with that with a great receiver. Jordan Addison's got a 3-game suspension coming. He's allowed to be at training camp, go through drills and whatnot, but he's going to miss the first 3 games of the season. Rondale Moore is a dislocated kneecap for the second straight year. He's out for the year. So they're going to have to get some production from some other guys. Now, I think they think that Justin Jefferson will be back for the start of the regular season. That's what they think right now. But it's not yet. So, again, he's still coming along, and soft tissue injuries are, I think, concerning for skilled people, but that's kind of where it's at right now.
Adam, keeping it in the NFC North, is there anything to some of the stuff with the Lions, losing the offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson, losing the defensive coordinator in Aaron Glenn, and maybe a slow pickup offensively there with some of the new stuff going in? Is there anything there with that?
Well, again, they've lost both their coordinators. They lost 8 assistant coaches in all. 8. They lost their starting Pro Bowl center, Frank Reich. You don't lose 8 coaches in a Pro Bowl center and think that everything is just going to function exactly the way that it did. There has to be changes and differences from one year to the next, and I think there will be again. Do I think they're going to be as good this year? I don't think they're going to be as good, but they were great, and they're still going to be really good. They're a good team. They've been built the right way. It's a good, strong organization. But they missed on a big opportunity last year, and now they get another one, and we'll see how it works out. But again, I just think that they took some hits as successful winning teams always do in the offseason, and they're no different.
All right, let's triple down on NFC North questions and then go over to Green Bay. I saw that Jordan Love had a procedure. How significant is this? How serious is this injury, if it's serious at all?
Well, I think anytime your starting quarterback has a thumb surgery, that's serious. But it's a ligament. It's a few weeks. They don't seem overly concerned by it at all. They were able to do it now because it's the preseason. If it had been the regular season, I'm not sure they would have done it now because it would have knocked him out for a couple of weeks. But it's the preseason. They've got the time to do it. They decided to address it, and that's kind of what they did here. So we'll see how it works out, but they expect him back for the start of the regular season right now.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers figured out their situation with T.J. Watt when he wanted a new deal. He is now handsomely paid and probably deservingly so with how good he has been in the league. But now another defensive lineman and a former Buckeye and Cam Hayward looks like he is asking, where's my cash at, Schefter? What's going on with those two parties and trying to figure out a new deal over there?
Well, that's exactly what's going on. Is he wants to be paid. They paid a lot of players this offseason, from DK Metcalf to Darius Slay to Jalen Ramsey to Jonnu Smith. And Cam Hayward, who's been a huge part of this organization, is saying, hey, hold on. Where's mine? He's scheduled to make $14 million this year. He feels like he's underpaid. He hasn't taken part in team practice so far during training camp, so that's interesting, certainly. We'll see how far he's willing to take that. And he says, he's willing to miss games if nothing's done. And we'll see how that manifests itself.
Okay. All right. Well, I believe I saw last night that you and the gang over at ESPN had themselves a little fantasy football draft, sir. Did that happen? And walk us through your team and how you're feeling about your fantasy squad.
Well, that's not a league that I really care much about, if I'm being honest. It's just a draft that we go through, a mock draft, so to speak. I have two leagues that I'm in. I care deeply about them. It's just kind of the way it is. So that's a different draft. But yeah, the team that I drafted, 10-team league is really kind of simple to me. I'm in a 12-team league and a 16-team league, and 16 is brutal. So that just was like a little practice rehearsal kind of thing. Take some guys you like.
Okay. Are you signing off on the mullet Phil Yates is rocking right now?
It doesn't matter whether I'm signing off on the mullet that Phil Yates is wearing. His wife, Chapin Yates, loves his mullet. So that's the only vote that matters.
Fair enough. Schefter, as always, my man, we appreciate your time, and we will talk to you next week as we inch closer and closer to a new NFL season kicking off. Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Yep, you too. Schefter was on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Coming up next, TLC will take over because it is ins and outs time right here on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
From sold-out stadiums under Friday night lights to more than 100,000 screaming fans on the banks of the Olentangy, America's football capital is right here in OHIO. But the greatest players and coaches of all time live in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you spend your Sundays yelling "Hoo Day" or barking like a dog from your seats in the pound. A trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame should be on every fan's bucket list. Plan your trip at ProFootballHof.com. The Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ignite the passion, relive the glory.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Polaris can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a HitTrax multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport at Polaris Fashion Place. Grand opening celebration August 15th through August 17th.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
The summer event is still on at your main Honda of Dublin, and with football back, Rich is ready to dominate the competition. You can lease the sleek 2025 Honda Accord LX for as low as $249 a month or finance with 3.99% APR. Upgrade to adventure with the 25 Honda Pilot Sport all-wheel drive. Lease starting at $429 per month or 4.49% APR. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for full details.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My AC stopped working. Your competition says it's fried. When I saw their cost to replace it, I could have just died.
We can give a second opinion, give you options and advice. We'll strive to earn your trust and make you a client for life. Get a free second opinion, replace or repair. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
I have a buddy who's going to be popping the question soon. He's planning everything out. He asked me, can you help me out with the ring? I said, of course I can. I've got a guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Now you talk, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace. I'm your guy.
Go in, see my friends at Worthington Jewelers. Tell them I sent you, and you'll get the true VIP experience.
I'll treat them better than I treat you.
That's not hard. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged. And tell them Common Man sent you.
Morning Juice is now on YouTube, weekday mornings starting at 6. If you're a fan of Bobby Carpenter, he's ready to attack and dominate. If you're a fan of Jeff Goodoff, drive directly to a hospital. Seriously, The Fan.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Have the umbrella handy by the time the kids are getting out of school or you're getting out of work. We are going to see chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 80s. For tonight, those chances of rain taper off overnight with our lows down into the 70s. Otherwise, skies will be partly sunny and highs in the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present In or Out.
Just a little of the old in and out.
All right, welcome back in. TLC, it's time for you to take over. But before you do that, it looks like you've had a special guest in the house over there today, learning from you. One Isaiah. Isaiah, hop on the mic, big dog. How you doing in there?
I'm doing pretty good. TLC's showing me the works, in the background, just shadowing my first day. So pretty well.
Good. Learning from the Drop King. It's a good man to learn from.
Oh, you want
that
drops.
Is for sure.
I can give you exactly what you're looking for.
I don't think I will last 10 seconds. Oh, it's good to have you back, TLC.
Oh, yeah, I bet it is.
Good to have you in there, Isaiah. What you got cooked up today, big dog, at Ins and Outs?
All right, so I saw a tweet over the weekend, and I think my Twitter account is going to be a theme at some point. But I saw a tweet from Bleacher Report betting. Over under how many haircuts do you get a year? And the number was 12. So simple math, that's once a month. Somebody quote tweeted that and said, some guy named Mike, and said, I'm concerned if you're under 12. And that tweet exploded. Like 80,000 likes, 3,000 retweets. So apparently it is a general consensus on the Twitter space that you got to be getting more than one haircut a month. Are you in or out on multiple haircuts a month? Because haircuts aren't free.
They are not. They definitely are not. I am every other week I make a trip to the barbershop. Now, sometimes it's not a full cut. Sometimes it's just a lineup. And so about two.
How much is that relative to?
So a full cut will cost you about $30, $35. If I go in there and get a lineup, it's about 20.
Okay.
About 20. And so, yeah, every other week, DT, I'm usually in the barbershop. Like, No Shave November was great. I actually got to grow out a nice little beard, and then the pandemic came, and it was like nobody can get a haircut at the time. But now, oh yeah, I'm pretty active at the barbershop, so I'm way more than 12 a year.
Yeah, I'm on the same schedule as you. I go every other week. I'm on camera on occasion, do videos for the Blue Jackets. Got to keep the fade looking nice. So yeah, I go at least 24 times a year. I don't have any problem though if you're under 12. Some people have long hair. Come on.
I'm with you. And real quick, for the folks that don't know exactly what you do with the Jackets and are looking for some more Jacket stuff to get into, let them know where they can find you, Big
Yeah,
Al.
just follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at Dylan Tyrer, DYLANTYRER. Instagram, Dylan M, TYRER. Radio host for the Blue Jackets. Do stuff on social media for us, too. You'll see me if you follow the Blue Jackets on socials. So thanks for the shout out there. I'll also be on the Inside Edge tonight on the Fan.
Talk about
Blue Jackets radio show. Bob McElligott, myself, breaking some things down. Denton Matejchuk, Blue Jackets defenseman. Be talking with him. So the Inside Edge tonight at 7 o'clock.
Love it. Love it. TLC, are you more than 12 haircuts a year? Are you more or less?
No, I think I split it pretty evenly between 1 month in between each haircut and 2 months in between each haircut. So if you shoot it in the middle, that's probably 9 a year.
Gotcha.
So somewhere around there. We got some wedding themed in or outs.
Ooh.
Okay. Because I was looking on some websites. I was trying to see.
Look at you.
2025 wedding trends. What are people saying that the cool kids are doing with their weddings? If we can see what Dylan did and compare. And also, Matty Ice and I, both single. So, I mean, you have a lady, but not married. So we've both been wedding guests
Good
before.
save right there.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You almost got in trouble.
But,
man,
Oh, man. With the stick in the box.
Reset. But we all have 3 different perspectives here on weddings and different age groups as well. So I was looking at some of the trends. Are you in or out on prioritizing distant relatives over close friends on your wedding invite list?
No, close friends. So I am out on prioritizing distant relatives. My wife is Italian, so we did have to have lots of family at the event. I have lots of family, but we got everybody we needed there.
So you're saying like second cousins you haven't talked to in years. Does that qualify as a distant relative?
How about first cousins that you're not that close with, but first cousins?
Over the homies is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like the homies are already there though. They're in the wedding.
That's a
lock.
Yeah, you don't have to. That's a decision you don't have to make unless you're going small wedding.
Versus that second tier of friends.
Right.
Family over second tier friends. I would have to
that's
say
gotta be
you
the
got to
case.
go there.
I don't think I would be able to live with myself knowing that I didn't invite the bloodline to the family over second tier friends. The family's got to be there.
Yep.
All right, I was in Milwaukee. I told you guys it was really, really hot to the tune of 90 degrees. And it was the dead of the afternoon. And there was an outdoor wedding going on. And they were all in suits. Are you in or out on outdoor weddings? Not necessarily in the middle of summer, just in general.
All right, so I'm in on outdoor weddings. Mine was a mix in and out. We got very lucky with the weather. There was low humidity here in Columbus, and it was about 75 degrees. It went from being like 85 and humid to nothing, so we got really lucky, but I love being outside.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm an indoor guy.
Yeah, I know you like the cold.
I'm an inside guy. I've had the honor of being in 2 of my best friends' wedding. Both of those were inside. I couldn't imagine being outdoor unless this was like San Diego type of weather, just picture perfect type of weather. I haven't experienced it. I don't think I would hate it, but all the weddings I've been to have been indoors, and they've been a good time.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna lean that way.
I will say Ohio, preferably some climate control.
Yeah.
If you're in a nice place, fine outdoors.
Yeah.
But you don't know the weather in advance. And so I heard of a situation recently where one of my buddies just went to a wedding up in northern Michigan, and wouldn't you know it, it rained. And they had to move their wedding inside of a barn that didn't have any air conditioning. And there were some people removing their jackets pretty quickly. And then you're stuck once you move the jacket.
Yeah.
You can't go any further.
That's why you got to go to a good venue, man. Again, shout out Jorgensen Farms. They had a contingency plan. Had it rained, we would have been locked.
Smart business.
Okay, here's one of the trends that I read. Apparently, it's a thing now to have a wedding weekend where you have an arrival party when everyone gets there, probably on a Friday night, the night before. You have your wedding and your reception on Saturday, and then you have a giant farewell brunch on Sunday to thank everybody for coming in over the weekend. Are you in or out on wedding weekends?
Miss me with that. You already spend enough money on the weddings. Like, you do the rehearsal dinner and everything for, the people that come from out of town, wedding party. That's enough. Once the wedding reception's over, you're on your own. I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at that. I was going to say, if I'm not spending my bread,
sure,
let's do all that stuff.
Sure.
Let's do all that. But if it's coming out of my pockets, no. After the ceremony and all of that stuff, everybody, you are on your own. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. That's what I would be saying after that. So, yeah, I'm going to lean with DT on that one, TLC.
Apparently, it's also a trend that there are some unannounced entrances at the wedding reception. I thought one of the big hallmarks of wedding receptions is when the wedding party arrives like 2 hours after everybody else, and they have their big like almost like boxers and UFC fighters.
Yeah.
But apparently it's a bit of a trend to have unannounced entrances, and you just walk in and kind of like sneak up on people.
What is this, the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Like somebody just coming in that we didn't expect. Listen, my boy Jairus, he got married last spring. And we came out, and it was awesome. We did T.I., bring them out. So
nice.
that was a great memory. I'll never forget. It was awesome.
Yeah, you gotta be announced. That's part of the fun. Like, people love that, and you do. Let's get it started.
Oh, yeah.
all that
Black
type of
Eyed
stuff.
Peas
Yeah,
in
that's
there?
what we did. We
Talk
came out
about
to
it.
that. Yeah, it was good.
I like it.
All right, last one. I'm a big fan of this one, so don't let me down. And this is key for the wedding reception. Because, you're probably like, you might be going to church for the wedding, but you got a little bit of a different scene at the wedding reception. Are you in or out on sneakers with suits?
All right.
Come on.
I can't wait to hear this.
All right. I'm gonna lay this out for you. I do not think I can pull off the sneaker with the suit, so I prefer to go with the classic look just because I do not think I could pull it off. There was a person at my wedding that did sneaker with suit, and somebody said something to me about it. They were like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "Yeah, who cares? Some people can pull it off. It looks good."
How old was the person who complained?
The person that complained was in their
50 plus.
Yeah, was 50 plus. And the person that, so I will say a person like you, Cole, he could pull off sneakers with a suit. I think if you pass a certain age, you can't be doing that.
So here's where I'm at with this.
Over under 33 and a half.
Yeah, I go like 35 on that. Like,
okay, that's the cutoff. I'm getting right there.
You're 1 year away.
I got one more birthday.
Yeah, I think like in that range.
I can pull it off.
Yeah, in that range.
So I don't think I have very many get off my lawn-ish takes. I don't think I do.
Okay.
This is the one?
But with this, I do. I can't stand sneakers with suits.
There you go.
For whatever reason, like when I see somebody in a suit, like throw on some nice dress shoes with it. I've always been that way. Like when I see guys on ESPN or whatever, they looking nice with their suits, and then I see sneakers, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. So
that's how I feel. I'm with you in that, where it's like, if you're going to be spending $500 to a couple thousand on a suit, those shoes better be nice.
I agree.
With it.
I agree. Now, there's some dressier sneakers you can wear that look okay with suits. But yeah, man, if I'm rocking a suit, I'm going full dress shoes, like Easter Sunday fresh. Like if I'm gonna do it, I'm going all the way. TLC, you probably love this, I would have to imagine.
Oh, I totally would.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. My dad would never stand for that.
How many suits do you own right now?
Probably like one or two. I'm not Adam King.
I need to step my suit game up.
I do too.
Yeah.
I need that whole like Steve Harvey, like,
oh yeah,
5 suit jackets, 5 pants, and 2 shirts, 75 combinations or whatever he said.
I'll tell you this, DT, real quick. My mom and I, this was last year, and there was just like some hockey stuff on in the background, and guys were walking in, and she just loved how well-dressed hockey players are. Because, like, you watch the NBA, you watch the NFL, it's rare, at least in my mind, where you see a guy in, like, a full suit. These guys can come in casually. Look, I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for all the drip and all the fashion. But she just loved how hockey guys went about their business, because the majority of them that we watched that day, at least, were suited and booted. They were casket fresh.
Well, I think she might be disappointed because this new CBA, they're not going to have to do that anymore. When the new CBA kicks in, these guys don't have to wear suits to the games anymore. So we'll see if some guys still decide to do it, though. But I'm with you, like walking in with the suits fresh. I like it when a coach is on the sideline.
Wait, that's in the CBA that the NHL players have to wear suits at the stadium?
Yeah, pretty darn sure. Like in the press box, like we got to wear suits and stuff like that.
Really?
Oh yeah, I wear a suit every game.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're broadcasting.
Yeah.
That's different than just being in the press box.
Force the players to wear suits coming into the game, to the arena.
Pretty sure about that.
Wow.
That's NHL rule because it's coming out in the new CBA.
Wow. Okay. Coming up in 2 minutes, a guy that we know and love well, Bobby Carpenter, the former Buckeye, joins us right here on The Fan.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
I can't believe they're moving the team to another city.
True, but you'll never forget all the joy they brought into your life.
Joy? They made the playoffs twice in 50 years.
Gosh, those 2 times were pretty great, weren't they?
How would I know? I wasn't even born yet.
Just think of all the free time you'll have on game days.
Those games were the highlight of my week.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Keep your summer fun going in the best-selling Toyota Tacoma. Now through September 2nd, get 4.75 APR financing on a rugged new 25 Tacoma. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Or you can lease a new well-equipped 25 Tacoma SR5 double cab for just $289 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty is a diehard Reds fan. I mean, where else is he going to go? You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Welcome back in. Dylan Tyre in the house today for AR. Going to bring on one of our guys, one of the best, Bobby Carpenter. General, what's going on, my man? How you feeling today?
Oh, doing well. It's great to talk to you, Matty. I mean, I know your boy AR's must be just playing on golf or hanging out or doing whatever the heck he's doing.
He's getting ready for that golf outing, man. You know how he is. He's got to make sure everything is in a row, dotting his I's and crossing his T's. So that's what he's up to. Bob, would this qualify right now for a player as the dog days of camp? Are we there now for you guys?
I would say so. I mean, camp's starting to get a little frisky with the guys. I mean, they've been in there for 2 weeks, usually about week 9, 10. Even though they only practice once a day now, it's just you're going against the same guys. It's getting hot. It's been a little rough, and things start getting a little chippy because you're starting to put some preparation in for Texas, but it's not like full game week mode yet. And I mean, there's still a lot of competitions going on for spots, for jobs, whether it's quarterback. Some stuff in the secondary, guys battling on that receiver depth chart. Like, there's a lot of jockeying that's still going around.
Bobby, you talk about those battles, and I think Ryan Day said earlier this week that he wants to at least have a depth chart by week's end. You don't suppose there will be a number one quarterback and a backup on that depth chart, do you?
What's interesting is, he usually doesn't release that stuff till the start of the game. There may just be 2 guys listed on there.
Yeah.
I don't, based upon his comments last week, I don't think there's anything that's really substantively changed. I don't know if there's the full capability for him to be able to do that. I know he's trying to put these guys in some situations, and you'll want to be sure of who it is, and it needs to be obvious to everyone of who the guy is. And I don't know if that's the case right now, and maybe that changes here over the next couple of days, but he's got 2 good players. Here's the good news, is both of these guys, their ceiling you can win a national championship with. I think both of them are NFL quarterbacks. He made the comment, it's a Haskins and Burrows situation with maybe a little bit of their game styles. I think Julian's a better athlete than Dwayne was. But I think you can win with both, but I just don't know. I mean, I'm sure he'll talk about it because he'll be pressed on it, of how much have you seen enough to be able to tell. And I don't know if there's a delineation yet.
Yeah, no, that's fair. We were reacting to earlier, ESPN put out their preseason All-American team, and on the first team, they had a tight end from Vandy that they believe, and I think his name's Eli Stowers. But Bob's second team, they forecasted it could be Max Clare. And I'm in on Max Clare. Like, coming over from Purdue, I know they got a whole bunch of mouths to feed, and one of the biggest mouths to feed in Jeremiah Smith, and rightfully so with how great he is. But Max Clare, Bobby, like, his role in the offense this year, what is that going to look like in your mind?
Well, he's going to have to be integrated into the offense as a whole, because he's not going to be the guy that's going to go out there and be the focal point of the offense. They have way too many talented players, and if anybody other than number 4 is that guy, I think people would look at you crazy. Now, I think he could have bigger plays this year. I think he could be even more impactful than maybe he was at Purdue in down the field opportunities, just because there's a lot more guys that are going to be drawing attention. And he's looked really good thus far. He's been able, his route running is very crisp. They've got a lot of talented tight ends. They're going to move some guys around and do some different things, which will be interesting to see with these different packages with what Keenan Bailey's done. But he's going to be a really good player for him this year. And I know everybody is kind of waiting, but also he's taking that step in blocking. And, coming to Ohio State, like, this isn't, I'm going to do my own thing and just be, a guy out there. No, you've got to be part of the group. And I think he's done a really good job assimilating into it.
Bobby, it sounds like there might be some unexpected movement on the offensive line, particularly with Austin Sareveld and him potentially playing left tackle. What have you heard about some of the stuff going on with the Buckeyes O-line?
Well, Ryan has talked about this, and, he's made the assessment. I think, Austin Sareveld's going to start. I think Carson Hinsman's probably going to start. I think you look at Luke Montgomery and Tiger Shabola, and then it's like they brought in the 2 tackles, Phillip Daniels and Ethan Onyanwa, and trying to figure out, who's playing right, who's playing left, and who's going to be that guy opposite of Sareveld. Like, you could play Sareveld at guard if both of those guys were great, and then you try to figure out, maybe how you shift that stuff around inside. But, I think Ryan has alluded to the fact that Phillip Daniels has played maybe better than what people thought coming out of the spring. It looked like it was Ethan's job to lose, and occasionally that happens. This is a big jump, and people talked about him potentially being a second-day pick last year in the draft, and that may have been true. But you start going against elite talent each and every day, and they want to see how these guys compete. They talk about competitive excellence each and every day, and that's what I'm curious to see, if he's going to be able to maintain that intensity here throughout the next week and a half, because it seems right now like it might be trending more to Sareveld and Daniels.
Yeah, no doubt. Interesting development, that's for sure. Zooming out from Columbus, but staying in the conference, Bobby, just looking at the Penn States of the world and Indiana and maybe Illinois, like, who's a team for you right now where you're looking at them and you're like, okay, it looks pretty good on paper, what they did last year, what they're bringing back. Like, who are you interested in right now outside of Ohio State when you look at the Big Ten?
Well, I think there's some interest with Oregon to see how they're going to respond. After last year, they had number 1 seed going in, and you felt like, hey, they're poised to make a run, and then they get beat up by Ohio State. And so how does Dan Lanning, step back? Him and, and he's not quite there yet. It's his first head coaching job. But, like, you have another good season like that, then you get into the tournament, and it's really hard now with how it's set up. It's easier to get in and have a shot to win it, but it's harder to actually win it, I think. And so, if he puts together another great year, he's got all that talent. They've got great NIL. They've got everything stacked up to be successful. And then if you don't, it was like where Ryan was trending, where you're becoming, one of those coaches that's really good that hasn't won a national championship. And they wanted to begin to ask the questions like, would you ever win one? And, he's in that situation, not quite there yet. I think Sark is kind of next up in line. But that's why I'm intrigued with Oregon, because I think that they're as well positioned as anybody to be a big-time player in the current college football environment.
You talk about Oregon there, and they're ranked number 7 in the AP preseason poll. Illinois is another team that intrigues me, ranked 12th. Luke Altmaier back this year. I think people are expecting big things at the quarterback position. Are you bought in on Illinois? I feel like there's a lot of hype there.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype to have a returning quarterback. And if you look in the top 10 in the AP, there's only 3 teams that have returning quarterbacks that are there, with it being Clemson, Penn State, and LSU. And I don't know if there's a huge belief in LSU with Brian Kelly. Is their ability to win it? Do I think Illinois can win it? No. But do I think they could get in, maybe be the 3rd or 4th best team in the Big Ten? Possibly. They're going to have to, they've got Indiana late. They've got Ohio State this year. Schedule's a little tougher. We're talking about a team that went 10-3 last year and beat South Carolina in a bowl game. So they've got Altmaier back, and Brett Bielema may not have worked as well in the SEC, but he knows how to work in the Big Ten. And he's been someone that's very good in there, and it just seems like a fit with him coaching the Illini.
We were talking earlier about, some of the over-unders in the NFL, and we brought up the New England Patriots. And Vrabes well. I'm kind of in, Bob, on New England this year. Not to win the division or anything like that, but I think their over-under was like 8.5, according to Vegas right now. I'm liking what Vrabes is building over there in Foxborough. What do you think?
Well, you start looking at their conference. I think the Jets are in a little bit of a build mode. I think the Patriots might be a little bit ahead of them. With where they're at, maybe, but that'll be a battle. I think Miami's going to take a fairly big step back this year as they're kind of retooling everything and trying to get out of their cap situation. So it might be a step back this year. Then you've got Buffalo. So I think there is a second spot up for grabs. You start looking at playoffs, like, do 3 teams get in from the AFC North? Do 2 or 3 teams get in from the AFC West? The South's probably only getting 1 team in with Houston. So you try to figure out, can you get to 10-7? Yeah. And they've got Drake May, who is going to hopefully take another step for him. That defense will be much better. Hopefully they can get Diggsy out of the pink magic and onto the field, and they can keep seeing those explosive plays out of Trey. And that's like a secret weapon that they have where you've got that home run hitter in the backfield, and they've got a creative offense of how they're going to utilize him and put him in space. And, you watch guys outrun dudes in the NFL, that means you're real fast. You watch a lot of NFL film, nobody really looks fast on tape because just everybody's fast.
Right. I know you got to get out of here because you just can't wait for the Taylor Swift appearance on the New Heights podcast. So we're going to let you go because I know you can't wait to hear what he and his brother and Taylor have to say.
I want to see that album cover. What's it called? What's the 12?
I'm not a Swiftie. I'm not the guy that has, but I just seen her all over the place on social media, and everybody so excited about her being on the pod.
It's going to be exciting. Maddie, I know that you're into all those things, all the celebrity stuff, the celebrity gossip, the Real Housewives. That's all you, man. You sit there in your shirt, no pants, watching some Real Housewives, and that's a Saturday night for you.
They don't call me Winnie the Pooh for nothing. They do not call me Winnie the Pooh for nothing. Bob, as always, man, we appreciate your time. And
who drizzles the honey on you?
We'll talk to you next week. Yeah, who knows?
Rothman out?
See you, man. We love you.
Have a good one.
See you. Bobby Carpenter joined us on the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Coming up next, we got a Buckeye Bulletin on deck. You will hear from Tyler Bowen, the new offensive line coach for Ohio State, about his guys and maybe some of the depth he feels that they have right now. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Wake up with The Fan. Eat lunch with The Fan. Go to bed with The Fan. Dream about The Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
It's not the shoes. It's what you can put in them that makes all the difference. Hey, it's Anthony. I've been a customer at the Good Feet store for a while now, and I'm all about my personally fit arch supports. They support my feet better than all the insoles I've jammed into my shoes over the years. And my Good Feet arch supports help me in a ton of ways. From overall support and balance to stabilizing my heels and the fact they distribute my body weight, especially when I'm golfing, I literally have spring in my step now. Check them out for yourself. The free fitting is designed to help them understand you, your pain, and your discomfort. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. You don't need an appointment, but you can certainly schedule one very easily online. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of, just like me. Get professionally fitted at goodfeet.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient, and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. When we say we want to lose weight, we mean fat, not muscle. New studies show up to 40% of the weight lost on the new meds is muscle, not fat. Keep your muscle, lose the fat with Awaken 180. Awaken180weightloss.com.
With rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance with BMI Federal Credit Union, now is the perfect time to take advantage of the BMI FCU Summer Savings Event. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance for more details.
Hugs from patients like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
It's almost time, baby. The national champion Buckeyes open up the season against Texas.
Live coverage from the shoe starts Saturday, August 30th at 6:30 with a kick at noon.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems in Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, DT, let's knock out a Buckeye Bulletin. Dylan Tyre in the house today for our guy, AR. You know, one of the most impressive things, amongst so many impressive things that happened last year that led to a national championship for Ohio State, was how they were able to, on the fly, figure out the offensive line. Like, TLC and I are huge on what do you got going on in the trenches, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
And you're talking about losing Seth McLaughlin. You're talking about losing Josh Simmons. And by the way, everything you're hearing about Josh Simmons right now out there in Kansas City, they have fallen in love with the guy. And Pat Mahomes speaking so highly of him. Andy Reid, like, all of these guys over there that have been around for a long time and been to the top of the mountain are glowing about what Josh Simmons is already bringing to that team. And so it's like, yeah, for everybody else in the AFC, thanks.
Yeah, I
thanks for letting them get Josh Simmons.
I thought him going to the Chiefs was an absolute steal.
Oh,
and
my
Seth
goodness.
McLaughlin, too, going undrafted because of the injury. Like, I'm hearing good stuff out of Bengals camp that he's getting a lot of work down there. But you're right, that just the way that Ohio State's offensive line was able to juggle things last year. Like Donovan Jackson, I thought was just unbelievable last year.
Huge. I mean, sliding over to arguably the most important offensive line position, the blind side there for a quarterback, especially a right-handed quarterback. And so Coach Fry, I just always wanted to make sure I gave him his respect last year. He's out there in Arizona now coaching up a former Buckeye and Paris Johnson. But that's tough, right? Because if that goes left, the offensive line last year, I mean, your offense could really take a couple steps back and not have as high of a ceiling as they did. But that was just really impressive to me. And so now you flip the page. You got a new offensive line coach and Tyler Bowen, who's done some pretty good things out there on the recruiting trail. So there's some excitement there that he can continue to build off of that. But we were kind of alluding to last year's offensive line had some good depth there. And how is Coach feeling right now about the depth? Here he is on that.
I mean, you feel good about a number of guys. I don't want to put a number on it. There's guys competing. I don't think this week's going to be a big week and concerns like who's going to roll out there and who are the guys. I think that's going to be ever evolving. But I feel good about the versatility we have. But like you've got to, at some point we've got to be able to line up and say like, hey, I can trust the left tackle. I can trust the right tackle. I can trust the right guard. Like moving around's great, but we've got to start honing in now.
One guy that's been getting a lot of love over the last few weeks has been Austin Searveld. Tyler Bowen weighed in on him and why he thinks he's been able to take a leap in his game this offseason.
I think just his work ethic, his leadership, those two things. I mean, coming out of the summer and the spring with some of the things that he did with Coach Mick in the weight room, you see those things translating on the field. He's always been a powerful, athletic guy. We've got to get him to play within his technique better. But you can see the things that he generated in the weight room and the leadership and kind of the edge that he brings. You can see that showing up on the field.
There's usually like one or two guys every offseason where you start to hear some rumblings come out of the building, and there's kind of a wave that just happens, and it takes off. Last year it was Jeremiah Smith. Like early on in the process, you talk to some people that are over there and like, this dude's different. He is different. And then we see what we saw, and that absolutely was true. And similar things have been said about Austin this year in the offseason that he has had. And now, DT, you're talking about him potentially being your left tackle. I know they're still trying to figure that out. But, man, I think he's breathing some confidence into that offense himself right now with what he can be and just being a rock for whoever the quarterback is potentially at left tackle this year.
Well, and you're talking about some potential versatility there too, right? Like him moving around that offensive line. People didn't think he would be the left tackle going in. I thought the expectation there would be that Ethan Onianwa was going to be the left tackle for Ohio State. But, in this last week, now you're talking about Searveld and, maybe even some changes at right tackle with Phillip Daniels potentially winning that battle and maybe just the mean streak that he's playing with right now. Some reports out of the Ohio State scrimmage on Saturday that Daniels plays nasty, which I think sounds great for an offensive lineman. But, because of that versatility for Searveld, I think this is shaping up pretty nicely to be, you don't want guys to get hurt, but hey, if stuff goes down like it did last year, now you're able to juggle some things, move some things around, and you've got a swing tackle in Onianwa potentially that can move, or Daniels, whoever it is. So I'm liking the way things are sounding right now.
I'm with you. I am absolutely with you. You mentioned Phillip Daniels. Within the last half hour, we found out that not only Phillip Daniels, but also Bo Atkinson. So two transfers, one from North Carolina, that being Atkinson, and then Phillip Daniels coming in from Minnesota, DT. Those guys have officially become Buckeyes. They lost their black stripe. And, that's kind of the moment where I'm here. It's official now. I am a guy that is ready to contribute, especially these guys that have experience within the conference and then in the ACC. For Bo Atkinson, you talked about some of the things that you've been hearing about Phillip Daniels and that nasty streak that he has. Here's Tyler Bowen on him playing with a little bit of edge.
The big thing with him is he's learned to be a really good practice player. We've got to be able to play with an edge, and we want it, make no mistake. We want to do that. We will do that up front. But there's a time and a place for it, and I think he's really learned coming here how to practice, how to protect your teammates and still get your work done.
Sticking with Phillip Daniels, here's his coach and Tyler Bowen talking about the growth that he's seen from Phillip so far.
I think just acclimating to the culture, that's a big deal for any guy that's coming into this program, whether you're a freshman or a transfer. You see some more flexibility. I think he worked diligently on his hip and ankle flexibility, which was a big point of focus. We got to continue keeping that going. And, you see it in pass pro just with his length and his bend and being able to protect on the edge. He's doing some nice things at times.
Dylan, you said something I completely agree with. I like my offensive line unit to just be nasty. Dudes that are just no nonsense, toe the line of maybe extending that block a little bit longer than what you're supposed to do, because those are just tone setters, those guys right there, for themselves, for the team, and for the other team to know that defensive line, it's going to be a long day for us. And you dealing with some dudes that, aren't scared of the smoke. And Phillip Daniels, if he is one of those guys, I'm here for it because, man, when you have a nasty streak or guys with nasty streaks on your offensive line, I just think that can really, really create some good juju and energy around the team.
Well, it's iron sharpens iron, too, because there are unknowns on the defensive line just the same way we've been talking about some of these uncertainties on the offensive line. So, you think about a guy like Bo Atkinson losing the black stripe. I love to hear that, especially coming out of the scrimmage. It sounds like there might be some dogs on this defensive line. So I'm excited to hear that. And, with these guys battling some of these guys like Phillip Daniels and Austin Sareveld that are really proving themselves right now in camp, there are guys on that D-line that are doing the exact same thing. So I love these two units battling like that and making themselves better for week 1 against Texas.
That's where the games are won.
Yep.
That's where the games
You got to be good in the trenches. That is no matter who the quarterback is for Ohio State, you're going to have to protect him. No matter who the running backs are, you got to open up holes for him. So it's all about those trenches.
You're so right. Congrats to Bo Atkinson and Phillip Daniels for losing their black stripes today. That was today's Buckeye Bulletin. Coming up, top of the hour, after an update. TLC's viral tweet got us thinking. You have a situation that happened in St. Louis, and that may be a pet peeve for some people. What are some other pet peeves for us in the world of sports and, even in life? We're going to discuss that next. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Common Man here. Our friends at Care Heating and Cooling in Lenox are feeling the love. They're doing something extraordinary for Central Ohio families. The Lenox Feel the Love program provides deserving families and individuals with indoor heating and cooling equipment as well as installation at no cost. You can nominate someone who you think is deserving at feelthelove.com. Nominations will be accepted through August 31st. Let's give back to our hometown heroes. Selfless neighbor, maybe who always puts everybody first. Community leaders like teachers, firefighters, and volunteers, or just families facing hard times. Whoever you think is worthy, send a nomination. As of 2024, the Feel the Love program has completed more than 350 installations with help of dealers like Care Heating and Cooling. Our friends at Lenox donate all the equipment, and Care donates the labor and materials, and the installs are done at no cost. Remember, the deadline is August 31st. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
The trash talk, the bad trade requests, the horrible reaches on draft picks. It's fantasy football time, and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is giving you a chance to hold your fantasy draft in a fantasy location. On August 24th, host your fantasy draft party at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook, which will include a $100 dining credit, draft board, and swag. Visit 971thefan.com and sign up for your fantasy draft party package. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for help.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Spend Labor Day weekend at Great American Ballpark. Cheer on the Reds when they face the Cardinals in a 3-game set August 29th through the 31st. Enjoy a fantastic post-game fireworks show on Friday presented by Toyota. Saturday, fans in attendance will receive a Hunter Green bobblehead featuring the Reds ace with his French Bulldog Ross, thanks to Tri-Health while supplies last. Bring the whole crew on Sunday and enjoy some afternoon baseball. Visit Reds.com/tickets today.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Number 3, Ohio State, continuing their preparations for their opener against number 1 Texas in 17 days. 2 more players lost their black stripes today at practice. Defensive end Bo Atkinson and offensive lineman Philip Daniels are officially Buckeyes. The Columbus Blue Jackets have re-signed restricted free agent forward Mikhail Putia to a 1-year, 2-way deal. Putia, 23, has registered 4 goals and 6 assists for 10 points in 66 career games with Columbus. The Cincinnati Reds hosting the Philadelphia Phillies at 5:10 tonight. Pre-game coverage on ESPN Columbus begins at 4:40. The Cleveland Guardians continuing their series with the Miami Marlins at Progressive Field. First pitch this evening at 6:40. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
All right, welcome back in. We're Rothman and Ice. I'm Matty Ice. Dylan Tyre in the house today for AR. TLC back in the building, doing his thing on the board. As always, we appreciate your time. We love you. Bottom of the hour, Colin Gay from the Tuscaloosa News will join us to talk about Alabama, where they're at with Kalen DeBoer. They just named their starting quarterback for 2025, so a lot to unpack with him at the bottom. DT, our boy TLC, one reason why I really love him, amongst many reasons, is because the man is not shy when it comes to giving his take. I respect the heck out of that. He kept that same energy on social media this weekend because Fox Sports, their MLB page, they tweeted out a video of a 13-year-old kid by the name of Bradley. He was at the Cubs-Cardinals game, and he's dressed in full attire, top to bottom, as an MLB umpire. Now, he's going down to what I believe is the front row-ish area somewhere in St. Louis, because you can see the netting there. So I believe he's behind home plate. That's just my guess. And so our boy TLC quote tweets the tweet and says the following: "The kid is a nuisance to everyone in his section, and everybody knows it. His parents are oblivious." And that, my friend, has gotten over 13 million views. I gave my take on it yesterday. I agree with everything TLC said about the kid. I stay away from parenting stuff, okay? I don't know if his parents are oblivious or not, but I wholeheartedly Agree with my boy when it comes to how annoying that had to be. When you saw the video, when you saw the tweet from our guy, what was your reaction before we get to some of our pet peeves in sports in life?
Well, first off, I heard about all this stuff over the weekend, and I thought to myself, okay, that's annoying. And then, of course, I saw Cole's tweet. I think I saw it on Sunday, and it had some pretty good interaction. And then I was telling him this earlier. And then yesterday I heard you guys talking about it yesterday. I was driving home, and you said that it had over 13 million views. And I was like, wait a second. Yeah. It did not have that many views when I saw it. It probably had close to 100,000, 200,000, which was pretty good. And then I went and looked. I said, oh, my goodness, this really blew up. And I was looking at some of the discourse and the replies. And I've got to say, I'm with you, and I'll double down. I said it to him earlier. If you're imitating an umpire when you're 13, you're a nerd. Like who wants to be an umpire? Like, people hate umpires. Come on, get a different hobby. Get a different hobby. Umpires suck. Like,
nobody's usually fans of umpire. That is
a different
definitely
hobby.
A fair take.
Imitate Shohei Ohtani or something when he's at the plate. Like, don't give me the balls and strikes. Come on, grow up.
TLC, your stance is still your stance, I'm assuming. Any real smoke coming your way from this tweet, or are you in the win now? You're in the clear.
I think I'm at my 14-minute and 59-second mark.
Okay.
So after today, I don't know how much traction it'll get, but it's been a fun 3 days. But a lot of people, as evidenced by the numbers on the tweet, agreed with me. And I have no idea how, of all the things that I've shared, this is the one that people paid attention to. I'm mostly just tweeting to the breeze. But a lot of people agree with me. Of course, there are people who disagreed with me. I got plenty of comments, and I'll do like a little David Letterman top 10 and tell the truth today. So we'll have some fun with the funniest comments that I received.
I do respect you just mixing it up in the replies, though. Like, you getting in there, I really like that.
I think there were 1,000 replies, and I think I was 400 of them.
Oh, yeah. So, boosting your own numbers, too. Respect.
Hey, man, I don't get much interaction all the time on Twitter, so I'm taking advantage of it.
I hear you.
Here we go. But, yeah, a lot of people, I felt, misinterpreted what I was saying, because a lot of people were like, oh, why do you hate that this kid has hopes and dreams of being on a big league ball field one day? I'm like, that's not the issue. Like, he could have hopes and dreams. Everybody in that ballpark has hopes and dreams. A lot of people, even who are too old, are like, damn, I would have loved to have done that when I was 25 years old.
And if you're a Meek Mill fan, you might have dreams and nightmares.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had to do it. It was right there.
It's okay. Hey,
sorry.
Eagles won a Super Bowl coming out.
I was going to say, the Eagles won a Super Bowl, so you could do it.
But I feel like a lot of people thought that I was upset with him for wanting to be an umpire.
No.
I was upset with him for playing charades for 2.5 hours. And I did see a lot of people in the comments also agree with me and acknowledge, like, hey, that'd be cool for one inning, but an entire game, no way, let alone an entire 3-game series. And when you show up to the ballpark day after day, it happened 3 days in a row in your own costume. Like, you gotta consider the attitude of the parents who are like telling him, hey man, go put on your costume. We're going to the ballpark today. Like, that requires a level of arrogance to think that, like, you're a part of the show.
You're starting to swing me over to your side with that.
That was
you really are.
What you did right there was great, because first of all, I think it's annoying. And when you guys were talking about this yesterday, I was trying to think in my head, like, if I were sitting in that section, what would be acceptable for me? And the fact that he did it for 3 straight games, because excuse me if I'm wrong, but I think one day was a doubleheader and then he came back and did it again. Is that what happened?
It was a Friday through Sunday.
Okay. So doing it 3 days in a row, if that's the case, is absolutely insane.
And I didn't tweet that until after game 2. Game 1, it was fine. It was a joke. And now it's like, wait a minute, you're like being serious.
But if it's a one-time thing, I think I would find it acceptable. If maybe you're doing like every other half inning, like maybe when the Cardinals hit, you're doing it or something like that. Or what, if the Cardinals hit in the first inning, maybe I do it again when they hit in the third inning. It can't be every single. I'm paying money to sit there.
I know. I'm with you. So this got my mind rolling a little bit, and I wanted to loop you guys into the conversation in my crazy brain and how I think. Not that this is groundbreaking or anything, but I wanted to just ask you guys, when it comes to your pet peeves in the world of sports or life, you guys go wherever you want to go with this. What are some of your serious pet peeves, DT?
All right, so when it comes to life, I feel like I can't think of too many off the top of my head when they pop up, but just getting back from traveling, I cannot stand the get up into the aisle on the airplane. When it lands, getting up into the aisle on the airplane.
Like the race to get up?
Yeah, the race to get up. I absolutely hate that. We're all going to the same place. Let's be civil. Let's work together to get off this plane. In sports, I've got to run something by you sports-wise.
Okay.
Sports broadcasters, play-by-play guys in football. I don't know if it's an inside joke or what, but they always say trickeration when there's a trick play. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams with a little trickeration. Yeah. Ben Johnson with a little trickeration. What?
That's a very broadcastery complaint, by the way.
Trickeration.
It's trickery. What? But everybody says trickeration. Is there like an inside joke among broadcasters?
That had to have been started in like, I don't know if Reese Davis started this, but I know he does it a lot. It's like the people who do college football say that a lot.
Yeah. Like every play-by-play guy says trickeration.
Okay, I got to be honest.
Football.
This hasn't landed on my side of things just yet. But now that you've identified this, I guarantee you I will hear it everywhere. I don't think I've caught a whole bunch of people saying trickeration. But to me, when I heard you, it doesn't even feel right.
Right.
When you're
the
saying
word is trickery.
I'm not saying he invented it. Reese Davis does it a lot.
Okay, he does also. I'll have to keep my ear out for that. Okay, I can rock with that.
Yeah, just keep that in mind because we've got college football around the corner, the NFL. Keep it in mind.
Okay. TLC.
Well, that sparked one for me because when you mentioned broadcasters, I didn't know where you were going to go with it, but as soon as you said broadcasters, one thing came to mind. I cannot stand when broadcasters are apologizing to the audience when a fight breaks out. That is the softest, saddest thing that broadcasters do. Oh, nobody wants to see this right now. Are you kidding me?
I do.
Every dad is yelling, kids, get in here. Look what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Rewinding the TV so you can go back and watch it. Like, the UFC is popular for a reason. Like, it's interesting. The combat's interesting. And so I actually, and I'll give you another one that bothers me. It bothers me a lot that we got all of these. There's a big difference in baseball between the benches clearing and a brawl. The bench is clear over like the smallest stuff. They come out from the bullpen and then no one actually like does anything. Actual brawls, and there are some good ones on YouTube. Those are awesome. And when the broadcasters are apologizing to the audience for it, they're clueless.
Yeah. No, I think those are two really good things that I wholeheartedly agree with, especially the first one, because I like, I like a little fisticuffs, if you will. Some dudes throwing hands every once in a while. You cover a sport every day to where that is celebrated in hockey. Now, they protect themselves to a certain degree, but fighting in general is celebrated. I'm going to hit you with a life pet peeve because this literally just happened, but kind of in a reverse way. So roll with me on this. I was eating coming back from break, as I usually am. And what did you say to me before we came back from break?
I said, check your beard in a mirror.
I can't stand when people see that you have like a booger or something in your teeth and they don't tell you. Like when I go to the bathroom and I'm like, well, wait a minute. This person has looked at me for this amount of time and hasn't said, yo, Matty, you need to get that out of your teeth or out of your nose. Like that drives me nuts because I always try to look out for people too. Like, hey, man, you got something in your eye. Like, you know what I mean? Like clean out your eye a little bit. And so the fact that you did that was so funny and ironic because that is one of my biggest pet peeves in life is when people don't tell me that I'm looking foolish out here.
Underratedly, I think that is, I'm with you 100%. I think that is like one of the nicest things in day-to-day life that people can do for you. Just, hey, you've got something right there. Because you're like, oh, okay, thanks. And think about that. You would have looked like an idiot the rest of the day because you wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
It's just this weird... It's one of those weird human things where people are like nervous to say, hey, you got something
tell me.
Your tell me so I don't look stupid to other people.
Completely agree. And then another life pet peeve for me is the guy or gal when there's some snow out there on the freeway that just feels like because they have the car to do it or the truck to do it, they just zoom by everybody. Like, okay, we get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cool. Like, you got it. You can drive fast in the snow. That drives me nuts, too. You got something else, TLC?
Can I give you an old man take?
Yeah, please do.
And contrary to me blasting kids' dreams, allegedly, I was blasting his parents, but an old man take, I get it. I don't like when adults go to games and cuss around a bunch of kids. I don't like that.
You said cuss around kids?
Yeah.
Ooh,
when they're a bunch of kids and you're dropping F-bombs and like just without care, like come on.
I would double down on that and say not just around kids, but if you go to a game and there's that group of, and maybe I've been guilty of it too, but there's like the group of guys sitting behind you that are enjoying themselves, but they're just really letting it fly. Like there's just no decorum to the way they're speaking at all. It's like, come on. Like my mom's here at the game with me.
Tighten up a little bit.
Yeah,
tighten up a little bit.
Talking about like which girls they were hanging out with the night before and stuff like that.
Read the room,
bro.
Read the room. Read the room.
There's a kid acting like an umpire down there. For God's sake, shut up.
Yeah, he'll eject you.
Coming up in pre-snap reads. A lot of buzz coming out of Foxborough when it comes to the former Buckeye and Travion Henderson. You will hear from his offensive coordinator and Josh McDaniels as to why they're falling in love with Travion next. It's Rothman and Ice right here on the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Chad.
Hi, I'm Chad. I've been taking the low T treatment at Tri-State Men's Health for a little under a year now. So I was really just struggling with finding the energy to accomplish the things I wanted to do every day. By the end of the workday, I was very drained and tired and found it hard to concentrate and get my job done, and was looking for something to kind of get that edge back. Once I started taking the treatment, I felt probably within the first 2 to 3 weeks more energy. And the thing that really I noticed right away was sleeping. Now I get a solid 8 hours. I'm going on vacation. I'm enjoying myself. So men out there, if you're struggling with any of the symptoms I was, low energy, brain fog, lack of sleep, I would highly recommend you call Tri-State Men's Health. You won't regret it.
Thanks, Chad. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Plumbing problems? Logan Services is here to help. We offer free estimates on water heaters, water softeners, sewers, and drains. Don't stress. Instead, take action and book your free appointment now. Logan Services.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and it's the Toyota National Sales Event all month long at Toyota West. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of no payments for 90 days, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. No payments for 90 days, deferred payment, interest accrued at time of inception with approved credit, expires 8/31.
It's Wilson from That Other Window Place, and this is the Secrets of Pella podcast. Secrets of Pella. Where we try to expose Pella Windows secrets. Okay, Leslie from Pella, these magical disappearing screens you speak of, what exactly is Pella hiding?
Well, hiding the screens is the whole point.
All right, cut. The screen just disappears? There's no magic involved? Okay.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
Parents, are your teens good with money? No. Switch to Huntington Bank and let's teach them. They get their own card, which they can add to their digital wallet, and you can monitor and set spending limits. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Buckeye Roundtable returns Monday, August 25th. Join Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, and Skip Mossick as they break down every aspect of Ohio State football. Oh, and a guy named Ryan Day calls in.
Presented by Burger King.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, you might not be big on technology, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Maybe you've gone through a divorce or a bad breakup or a relative moved out. It's been hard, and you just want to take what you want and leave the rest behind. I will help you. Retiring and want to sell your commercial properties or land. I will help you. Sellers, whether you're selling as is or selling for top dollar, you're no longer alone. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Have the umbrella handy by the time the kids are getting out of school or you're getting out of work. We are going to see chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 80s. For tonight, those chances of rain taper off overnight with our lows down into the 70s. Otherwise, skies will be partly sunny and highs in the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, welcome back in. It's pre-snap reads time. Dylan Tyre in the house today for AR. Before we get to some New England Patriots news, specifically some Travion Henderson love that's out there, this Pittsburgh situation, DT, with Cam Hayward is pretty interesting right now, right? Because TJ Watt banging the table for a new deal, got his new deal, deservingly so. The dude is absolutely awesome. Cam Hayward, what's been so impressive to me about his career is post-30, he's still playing at a high level, which is rare, right? Especially guys down in the trenches with how much they put on their body. Everybody in that sport, as we know, really has to grind it out. But when you're a big dude down there, getting pushed around and fighting against big dudes your entire career, for him to still be able to do what he's doing, I think it's cool to see. And so now we're at a point to where Cam Hayward he's, I guess, hinting at that he could sit out some games, regular season games, obviously, when it comes to his contract, if he does not get a new contract. And so that is going to be fascinating to watch because I believe Cam is 35. I want to say off the top of my head, don't hold me to that. I don't know how old he is exactly, but he is not a younger guy at all. He's 36 years old. And so this is going to be dicey just because I'm sure the front office will bang the table for, yes, you're great. You've been great, but you're older now. Do we want to pay you into your obviously late 30s? And he's saying, well, I'm still playing at a high level. And so that's the latest out of Pittsburgh. Now we got a standoff between the former Buckeye and Cam Hayward in the front office of the Steelers.
It is confusing. Oh, maybe confusing is the wrong word. It's interesting because how long does the guy want to play, right?
Right.
Like, he's 36 years old right now. The contract expires after 2026 when he's 37 years old. So, I mean, he wants to lock in for what, until he's 40 years old? Like, that's there. It's a tough situation for the Steelers, right?
Defensive tackle, too. Like, this isn't a quarterback that you can somewhat protect, or, you know, how I think the NFL tries to protect the quarterback with where the rules are.
Yeah.
The league isn't protecting these guys at all. And I think what's happening is he is trying to cash in off a tremendous season. Cam Hayward was an All-Pro last year. For the fourth time, he made first-team All-Pro at 35, 36 years old. And so completely understand from his side, wanting to grab the last bag that you'll probably get and probably with some significant money attached to it just based off of how you're still playing.
No, I agree with that. It just feels maybe a little bit premature, a little bit early for the Steelers to address something like this, right? With the contract ending after 2026. Just feels a little bit early. And
yeah, and if you're Cam, you're like, do I want to take the risk of going out there without a new deal? Because, look, Father Time's coming to get everybody.
Yes.
And that can happen quickly. And if you see that from the Steelers with the contract situation you just talked about, then you're not going to be tempted at all to hit the guy with an extension.
No, I understand his perspective 100% because he wants to lock in and make as much money as possible in his body. If it feels good right now, he wants to keep playing. But if I'm the Steelers, I'm like, let's just wait a little bit here. And if you want to sit out, then so be it, I guess.
Something to monitor. That is for sure. Real quick, TLC, do you want them to pay? You're a Steelers fan. Do you want them to extend Cam out, let's say, on a new 2 or 3 year deal?
No.
Yeah.
Dude, he got drafted in 2011. Like, I
still
get
balling.
It. I know, but this is all a game of musical chairs. And what happens or hot potato, whichever one you want. Like, what happens when it comes to a close and like, oops, he's still got 2 more years on his contract? Like,
it's a tough negotiation.
I know.
TJ Watt's 30, 31. So you can talk yourself into, as a franchise, hitting him with money that extends out beyond a year or two. A guy at 36, like, it's, I understand them having some pause when it comes to this. And so I'm torn on this one. Like, I really am. Like, I wouldn't want to go beyond 2 years, TLC, me personally. Like, gets really dicey.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
And I don't want to be that guy, too, who's just like, oh, he's only worn one uniform. You don't want to see him wear another one. I don't want to be that guy. There is like a small part of me that kind of holds on to that a little bit just because he's been so good for us. But at the same time,
you don't want to do the Kobe Bryant contract that he got at the end of his career. Where that was a thank you.
The last 4 years of Kobe were terrible.
It was a thank you contract.
Yeah.
And
the team was terrible.
Right.
I think you got to draw the line. I know you're a Steelers fan, but I think you just got to draw the line. The guy's 36 years old, and he has a contract for next year.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to go beyond next year.
So we'll see how dug in he is. He's saying that he's willing to miss games.
He may not even want to play.
Right, exactly. Trey Hendrickson saying the same thing. We'll see how serious they are about that. Let's go over to New England. TreVeyon Henderson exploded onto the scene, DT. I mean, first play of the first preseason game for the Patriots, this dude takes it to the crib for 100 yards on a kickoff. Josh McDaniels, their new offensive coordinator, over in New England. He spoke to the media about TreVeyon, and here's what he had to say.
Everybody sees TreVeyon the same way. He's first of all, he's a tremendous kid, awesome individual, really hard worker, smart kid, can process a lot of information, which allows you as a coach to try to use him in the ways that he should be used. Explosive, I think we all saw that the other night, and tough, physical. So I have many negatives to say about Trey. But excited to coach him. We've had some really good players with skill sets that are somewhat like his. Maybe nobody quite as fast as Vereen was probably the fast. Him and Danny Woodhead were fast, but TreVeyon's fast. So excited to be with him.
Levels to this, DT, when it comes to speed, right? And TreVeyon Henderson seems to be cut from a different cloth. With that, one thing that jumped out to me from the quote we just heard from Josh McDaniels was when he talked about the processing of information for TreVeyon and how that has been a very smooth transition for him. And that, to me, is a very big deal. We know the skill set is there with TreVeyon, but if he is already picking up everything in the playbook and knowing where he needs to be with the run game, pass protection, in the pass game, I just think there's going to be so much opportunity for him to be so impactful for the Patriots right away. And so, we know TreVeyon's a great dude. We know that TreVeyon is one of the fastest running backs in the sport. But the fact that it sounds like he's really grabbing a hold of that playbook and figuring it out and knowing exactly what he needs to do, I think is such a big deal for him.
You brought up the word opportunity there, and I'm very curious to see how he is utilized as a New England Patriot. They've lacked, I feel like, in the backfield really going back to, trying to think, maybe LeGarrette Blount was their last real
he was good for
real bell cow guy. Ramondre Stevenson's been nice for them the last few years, but I do believe TreVeyon Henderson has bell cow ability in him. When he was a freshman at Ohio State, he had 183 carries. That year, I think he split some time. Master Teague, I think, took a lot of carries that year. But he never really had to be the bell cow guy at Ohio State. He got hurt in 2022, didn't play as much, played 10 games in 2023, and obviously had a great year splitting carries with Judkins last year. He has that ability. I think people, because of last year, view him maybe more as a scat back. People in this NFL draft cycle view him maybe more as a scat back because he was the quote-unquote speed guy for Ohio State last year, but I think he does have that bell cow ability. He's never had 200 carries in a season, right? So that for me is the intriguing thing in New England. Do they feed him the rock? A lot this year.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
And I don't know if he's going to have these peaks, but his skill set reminds me of...
Let me get it.
Yeah.
Darren Sproles.
Not Darren Sproles. His skill set reminds me a little Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey, this explosive running back, not the biggest guy that you see, but can catch the rock well. You get to the second level, he can run away from people. I don't know how good CMC's been as far as pass protection go. I know how good TreVeyon is at doing that. So to your point, which I agree with, he can be out there for all three downs. And I think he's going to gain the trust of Raves and Josh McDaniels, and when he does that, to me, the sky's the limit for him.
He's a little bit different. I think of a guy like Zeke. Zeke was the ultimate three-down running back to me at Ohio State. Zeke still is, I think, one of the best football players I've ever seen. I feel like people gloss over just how good he was for a minute there. I know it kind of tailed off for him quickly in the NFL, But, comparing him and Travion Henderson, like they do it in different ways, right? Travion just a little bit different, but even J.K. Dobbins, he's different. But I think there's so much more in the tank for Travion Henderson that people don't even realize.
He's just getting going. Fellas, if you've been feeling sluggish or tired and just not like yourself for a long period of time or heck, even a short period of time, get on over to the Columbus Men's Clinic because they will help you figure out exactly what is going on. There's no guesswork over there, no gimmicks at all. All it is real science and effective treatments. Take it from me. I went over there. They checked my blood. They checked a whole bunch of other things. Walked out of there with so much confidence because I got the answers that I needed. So beware of online fixes. Some of the stuff out there is very gimmicky and you shouldn't trust it. What you should trust is everybody over at the Columbus Men's Clinic because it's affordable, it's accessible. Consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. So act now. You only get one life. Procrastination is only going to make it worse, fellas, so don't do that. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Again, that's 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com today. Coming up in 2 minutes, we're going down to Tuscaloosa. Talk some Alabama football with Colin Gay right here on The Fan.
The summer event is still on at Germain Honda of Dublin, and the deals are hot. Lease the rugged 25 Honda Ridgeline Sport for just $339 a month or finance with an unbeatable 0.99% APR. Or drive home in the new 25 Honda Prologue EX. Lease it now for only $149 a month or 0% APR plus no payments for 90 days. Get the deal you deserve at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road just south of 270. See dealer for full details.
At United Dairy Farmers, Peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. When we say we want to lose weight, we mean fat, not muscle. New studies show up to 40% of the weight lost on the new meds is muscle, not fat. Keep your muscle. Lose the fat with Awaken 180. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Colin Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Are your leaky windows costing you money? Yes, they are. Right now, when you call my guys at Universal Windows Direct, you get payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest. Seriously, upgrade your home now and relax until next year. Call now and get a free in-home window and energy assessment. Choose the payment plan that's right for you. 614-502-5220 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
True to his name, Matty Ice wears a winter coat in the middle of summer. He lives the gimmick, man. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, get on in here, folks. Welcome back in. Going to light up the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline and bring on Colin Gay. Does an awesome job covering Alabama football over at the Tuscaloosa News. Colin, happy football season, my man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate your time. Let's start with the big news that came out of Tuscaloosa yesterday. Ty Simpson named the starting quarterback for Kalen DeBoer in year 2. For the folks that know nothing about Ty Simpson, have not seen the guy play at all, what do we need to know about him?
Well, the fact is that Alabama football fans haven't seen much of Ty Simpson at all either. Just under 200 snaps across 3 seasons with the Crimson Tide, but former 5-star guy out of Martin, Tennessee, very, very highly recruited, highly touted. Nick Saban wanted him bad. But he's a guy that, you know, he's viewed as he describes himself as a dual threat, one who's gritty, will do the dirty work. He said he'll do anything to get that 4th and 3. But he's a guy that, you know, a lot of the talk around Ty Simpson is, you know, his place of the offense is one of almost safety. It's one of, he wants to make the easy plays look easy. He wants to be consistent and get those playmakers on the outside like Ryan Williams, like Jeremy Bernard, like Miami transfer Isaiah Horton, the ball in the best position for them to kind of go out and run. I think that's going to be Alabama's strength, and that's why Alabama has its guy in Ty Simpson.
So, Colin, one of the things I want to ask you about with Ty Simpson, and it's good to talk to you, by the way, he stuck it out at Alabama, right? This is a guy that could have transferred, but he waited behind Jaden Milroe, and he was able to stick it out. Why is that? Why is this guy somebody who stuck around and kind of did it the old-fashioned way?
He loves, it might be coach speak, which makes sense from a guy whose father is UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson, but he loves Alabama. He loves his teammates. He loves the university, and Tuscaloosa is his home. And he's waited in the wings, learned from Bryce Young, learned from Jalen Milroe across 3 years, and he's a guy that stuck it out, and he's got a lot of respect. I was just talking with Alabama linebacker Deontay Lawson, who said Ty's been my guy because of the example that he set. That he's coming in and he waited his turn in a transfer portal era where a lot of quarterbacks in his position could have looked elsewhere, could have, taken money to go start somewhere. I mean, Ty Simpson was like, no, my home is Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and I'm going to start. And Alabama kind of knows this, right? Like it's seen this track record before with a guy like Mac Jones, but Ty Simpson feels like it doesn't take long to make an impact at Alabama, and, he's going to see if 1 year's going to do it for him.
We're talking all things Alabama football with Colin Gay from the Tuscaloosa News. As you know, Colin, up here, there was a phenom freshman last year, wide receiver by the name of Jeremiah Smith that just opened the eyes of everybody and completely surprised everybody with how great he was right out of the gate. Down in your neck of the woods in Tuscaloosa, a similar thing could be said when it comes to Ryan Williams and how awesome he was as a freshman wide receiver. Talk about his offseason, what's being said about him, and how he is progressing to try to be a better player in year two.
Funny enough, I was just talking with somebody yesterday about this, how, 2 years, down the line, you're going to see, maybe Jeremiah Smith is the number 1 overall pick, but, Ryan Williams will be, top 5. If Jeremiah Smith in Alabama football, like fandom lore, like if Jeremiah Smith is Julio Jones, then Ryan Williams is Devonta Smith. He's smaller, but he's shifty. He does things that I haven't seen receivers do. He can contort his body and like make, people miss in ways that I really haven't seen from a receiver. And then also he's a year younger than most sophomores in his position. And he's had an entire football season. He's had a spring to develop, which he didn't have last year. And he's had a fall camp where everybody that I'm talking to, including Ryan, feels like they're confident he's going to take the next step and kind of be that safety blanket for Ty Simpson and this Alabama offense.
Colin, in general, what is the vibe around Alabama football in Tuscaloosa right now? Because I feel like after the down season last year and the way they finished, people aren't talking about Alabama, hyping them up the same way as they typically are.
This is a confident team. This is a team where I've heard this more, over the past few months than I really haven't heard being around whatever college football that I've been around. It's, they're confident because they feel like they have the right people here. The people who didn't buy into what Kalen DeBoer was building are no longer with Alabama. This is a team that lost no transfers during the spring portal period, no matter, even in the midst of a quarterback battle, even with a cornerback room or defensive back room that's seemingly overflowing with talent. Like this is a team that didn't lose much. And it's because of, as cheesy as it sounds, it's buy-in, right? Like, I mean, people are buying into what Kalen DeBoer is building. And if you're not buying in, they're not there anymore. So there's a swagger, there's a confidence that Alabama has heading into year two. It's a year two under Kane Womack's defensive system, one that's, loose, fast, one that needs a little bit more pressure, but it's a ball-hawking kind of defensive back-based system, one that has a lot of versatility. You got an offense in Ryan Grubb who a new coordinator, but same ideas coming from Kalen DeBoer from year one. So it's basically they got the family back together. They're going into year two, and it's one that, everybody's stressing confidence, everybody's stressing the level of comfort, and there's excitement here in Tuscaloosa.
Are there any impact transfers on either side of the ball that they're high on right now? I mean, Ohio State's got a couple guys that they're going to be calling upon potentially to be impactful for them via the transfer portal. What's being talked about, and what have you seen down there as far as new look guys under Kalen DeBoer's watch that we could be hearing about in our neck of the woods?
Yeah, Isaiah Horton's the big one. Miami transfer, really, they needed a big-bodied wide receiver that, wasn't like, kind of gives them a different look than Jeremy Bernard or Ryan Williams. They need that, Jeremiah Smith-sized guy that you can just throw up and say, hey, go get it. And that's Isaiah Horton. Coming from Miami, worked with Cam Ward. And also he's from Nashville. He's from Tennessee, played 7-on-7 football with Ty Simpson. This is a guy that they have high expectations for to be that third receiver, because last year Alabama really only had two wide receivers that, did much, and it was Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams. After that, everything kind of tapered off. Horton brings that next level of, versatility, positional versatility. He brings another level of, again, safety to an offense, another weapon that they can rely on to go get it because he's been there before. So I think that's going to be a guy that you're going to see, Ty Simpson, whoever's at quarterback, during a game, like he's going to be targeting Isaiah Horton pretty consistently there in the end zone.
Colin, we'll get you out of here on this one. Filling the shoes of Nick Saban or Bear Bryant down there is an impossible task, right? But Kalen DeBoer's a guy I know people at Washington believed in. When it comes now to Kalen DeBoer and Nick Saban, their relationship, what is that like between the two?
Kalen DeBoer has consistently talked about, how Nick Saban always has an open door, like to the football program. You don't see him around much anymore because, he has other things and kind of other responsibilities that are going on. But he's definitely, because of the impact of players like Deontay Lawson, of players like even, the guys that Saban recruited, I go back to Chuck McDonald, a freshman cornerback coming in 2025. But, he was handpicked by Nick Saban as a 4-star defensive back as a sophomore. So Nick Saban, his effect on this program is still alive and well. He picked Ty Simpson. He was the guy who was like, this is my guy later on. And then, to sit behind Jalen and sit behind Bryce Young. But, those are all Nick Saban people. And so Nick Saban's presence is felt, but this is Kalen DeBoer's roster. This is Kalen DeBoer's culture and one that this entire roster and basically the city of Tuscaloosa is kind of buying into like, this is a new era of Alabama football and one kind of run by Kalen DeBoer and there's high expectations. But, until the game starts on August 30th against Florida State, like, it's a lot of talking right now, so you'll just have to wait and see what that turns into.
Can't wait to see what it looks like. He's Colin Gay, does a tremendous job covering Alabama football for the Tuscaloosa News. Colin, we appreciate your time, and I'm sure we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Colin was on the Brian Hegan Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We will hit the finish line of the show next. We'll tell the truth. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Spend Labor Day weekend at Great American Ballpark. Cheer on the Reds when they face the Cardinals in a 3-game set August 29th through the 31st. Enjoy a fantastic post-game fireworks show on Friday presented by Toyota. Saturday, fans in attendance will receive a Hunter Green bobblehead featuring the Reds ace with his French Bulldog Ross, thanks to Tri-Health while supplies last. Bring the whole crew on Sunday and enjoy some afternoon baseball. Visit Reds.com/tickets today.
Get Eco.
Aaron?
Yeah, Jerry?
Do you know what I like best about our plumbers?
Tell me.
No matter how difficult, no matter how messy, no matter what it takes, they just dive right in and fix it.
Get Eco.
They dive right in.
Yes, they dive right in.
We've got scuba diving plumbers.
Get Eco.
You know they don't literally dive in, right?
Well, of course not. Not yet, anyway. The pipes are too small.
Get Eco.
ECO. They won't be able to literally dive in until I finish inventing my Eco miniaturizing ray.
But until then, our plumbers will just keep on figuratively diving right in.
Yes, that would be best.
Jerry, do you know what I like best about our plumbers?
Tell me.
They're so good at their job, they make it look easy.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Scuba diving plumbers, genius electricians, and better than average HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without having to take your time? You thought to yourself, I'll just tough it out. But nothing changes. Hi, it's Tyvis Powell. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Walkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. I'm glad I did. Myself and others have turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies, no scalpels, no peels, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Bishop and Friends.
And with that, eating all these chickens, there's still got to be enough chickens alive to be making all these damn eggs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where are all the chickens?
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Matty Ice here. Are you ready to rumble? Then get ready to roll on up to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, they're unleashing huge savings on the all-new 2025 Silverado 1500. We're talking about up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or if you need some serious muscle, get a 2025 Silverado HD for as low as 3.9% APR for qualified buyers. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Get 50% off all window styles, plus no interest until 2030. Visit windownation.com now.
All right, TLC, let's get after it. What do you got in Tell the Truth today?
All right, so I told you guys that I wanted to kind of do like a David Letterman top 10 sort of deal, because I was totally reading like every single comment that was thrown my way. I'm dead serious. I was on my phone for like 2 straight days.
For the folks that have no idea what you're talking about, hit them with a very quick surface level explanation as to what's happening.
There was a tweet that went semi-viral until I responded to it, and then my tweet went more viral than the original.
There you go.
So there you go. So I was correcting some parenting that took place inside a Busch Stadium at a baseball game. A lot of people agreed with me. Some people didn't. And it generated a lot of buzz. And so I want to share with you, I think I got 14. I was kind of just like scrolling through whichever one's caught my eye, but I think I got 14 good ones here that are pretty good.
Drum roll.
I got the drum roll going. David Letterman had his top 10. This is my top 10 plus. And feel free to jump in whenever. We don't have to do like just me, then you, then whatever. We'll just go at it. All right, number 14. At L. Spurge. Cole, you are a disappointment to your bloodline. Number 13. At powder_blues, I would be so embarrassed if that were my son. Speaking of the kid, not me. At Riles6, I'd throw my $19 beer at him.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Number 11. At C. Clark 3234, throwing my beer at that kid when the real ump misses a call. Number 10. At MAGA Mystic, would love to see that kid get replaced by an invisible pitch tracker like all umps should be. Number 9. At Laner 2021, unfortunately your father's semen could swim, talking about me.
Wow.
Number 8.
Wait. How did you know that was about you?
I guess because it said your. I assume the your is me.
Okay.
Number 8. At Rab Maninoff, theater kid at a baseball game, give me all your attention. Number 7.
Method acting.
The Goldfather OG. Parents thought the game was a free babysitter, probably drunk as hell.
I love that.
Yeah. Respect.
What number was that?
That was number 7.
Number 7, okay.
Number 6. This makes people who keep score look normal.
That's a good one.
Number 5. At Mike MC60. Would love to see an aspiring 13-year-old manager get in his face for a bad call. Number 4. At Raleigh is king, in reference to Cal Raleigh. Annoying everyone around him and interjecting himself in unwanted and unnecessary situations, he will be the perfect umpire someday.
Yes, that's spot on. That is spot on.
Thanks.
Number 3. At Scott P47. My kid wants to be a vendor. I'm going to bring in my own beer and have him sell them for $20. It'll be cute. He's phenomenal. 24 years
Phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
All right.
Number 2. At Adarius267. I'm more concerned that the parents let their kid dream of being an umpire. And number 1. At Trust3D99. This thread is hilarious. I both despise Cole yet understand him. That's what I'm talking about.
Congratulations, man. Good stuff. I was a fan of number 7 and number 4. Those are, I think, my favorite.
Parents thought the game was a free babysitter, probably drunk as hell, and he'll be the perfect umpire someday because he's interjecting himself in unwanted situations.
Because there's nothing worse than that in sports, whether it's basketball, in baseball. You rarely see it in football, in my opinion, where you can tell, like, a ref wants to be a part of the show.
Ed Hockley?
That's fair.
Sean Hockley?
Also fair. But I don't know if we see a bunch of it. But to your point,
You're right.
There's a couple examples there. But in basketball and baseball, it seems like that has happened more to me throughout the years where they just want to make it about them. Like, no, like, stay out of sight, out of mind. It's kind of like in football when we talk about, like, if we're talking about the kicker, usually it's like something bad happened, right? More times than not. So, yeah, like, we've had plenty of those in baseball throughout the years. We don't need any more, let alone parents trying to groom their kid to be that guy.
I liked number 2 because it pretty much solidified my point that I made earlier. You're letting your kid dream about being an umpire? Nerd.
I could not find the responses that called me a liberal, but there were a few.
Oh, man.
And there were many comments saying he's still better than that female umpire who couldn't get the first strike call right.
What was the response from Adam King under your tweet? Because I love that. I think I could. Oh, here it is right here. For those that are frustrated in the replies, I get it. There is a reason he's an intern.
What are you, an intern?
AK will join us tomorrow at 1:30. DT, I've never had a tweet go viral like that.
No.
Like, never in my life. I've thrown out a couple things on a game day for Ohio State that have caught a little bit of traction but faded away by the end of the game. This has lived on for days for TLC.
It's unbelievable. No, it's winding down now.
Do you have alerts coming to your phone? Like, is that how your Twitter is set up?
No. Oh my
okay,
God,
so
dude.
yeah, that would have been nuts.
Been buzzing like crazy. But it was crazy because I would be in my notification center. I would have like 11 notifications, and they would all be like, so-and-so and 76 others liked your tweet. So-and-so and 24 others retweeted your tweet. There'd be a few responses. So-and-so and 29 others liked your other tweet. I would go to my homepage, scroll for, no joke, 3 to 5 seconds, and I'd have the exact same 11 notifications just on it didn't stop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Can you tell me who the most famous person to retweet or like that was?
I got a DM from some baseball author. I think his profile makes him look more famous than he is.
Is that not gong worthy?
I'm sorry. It's about flex.
Yeah.
A baseball author DM'd me.
Just lying, say it was Peter Gambis.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
what did he DM you about? Also, you can grok this now apparently, and say ask Grok who the most famous person to have visited your profile was.
I have to. Who was the most famous person? Because there's no way I could tell who liked the tweet because there are too many. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to do that. But it was some guy who had been featured on MLB Network, and his profile picture was him on MLB Network. But you could see in the lower third on TV that he was
a guest
author of so and so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
Okay. I got you. Still, all good, man.
He looks, you might go to his profile and oh, this is an MLB Network personality. No, it's not.
Okay. Well, you provided some good content for us, man, so I appreciate you.
But he agreed with me.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Was he mad or happy?
That is Tell the Truth for today. Dylan, appreciate your time, man. Thanks for coming in.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.
TLC, great job on the board. Isaiah, if you're still over there, it's nice to meet you. Great job with what you did today as well. Folks, if you ever miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you have to do is type in Rothman Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3, we'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. We will be back tomorrow at high noon. Do not move. Common Man and Timmy coming up next right here on The Fan.
Bobby Carpenter demands that you watch Morning Juice on YouTube. If you don't, Tito will move into your house.
Live at 6 a.m. on YouTube and streaming on the Fan app.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. Then when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, flexible payment plans. Act now. Visit bluejackets.com/tickets.
Cash for Clunkers continues during the Honda Summer Event at Lindsay Honda.
Listen up, Columbus. Cash for Clunkers is big money towards your next ride.
Up to $3,500 minimum for your trade.
Use it for the down payment, negative equity, or keep the cash.
Lease a new 2025 HR-V 2-wheel drive LX or 2026 Civic 4-door LX for just $299 a month. 0 cash down. Just bring us your clunker. Shop Lindsay Honda, the big Honda store now. For details, visit lindsayhonda.com.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. When you leave a job, don't leave your 401k. Grow your investment without the fees associated with 401k plans. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
You know, it's not the shoes. It's what you can put in them that makes all the difference. Hey, it's Anthony. I've been a customer at the Good Feet store for a while now, and I'm all about my personally fit arch supports. They support my feet better than all the insoles I've jammed into my shoes over the years. And my Good Feet arch supports help me in a ton of ways, from overall support and balance to stabilizing my heels and the fact they distribute my body weight, especially when I'm golfing. I literally have spring in my step now. Check them out for yourself. The free fitting is designed to help them understand you, your pain, and your discomfort. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. You don't need an appointment, but you can certainly schedule one very easily online. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of, just like me. Get professionally fitted at goodfeet.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The roof of your home protects what matters most in your life. Your family, your memories, your peace of mind. So when it comes time to replace the roof over your head, you need a name you can trust. Newman Roofing. Don't just take our word for it. Here's our friend Cindy on why she chose Newman Roofing over all the rest.
We had interviewed and talked with several other roofing companies around the city. The salesperson that came to speak with us was extremely knowledgeable, answered questions, took his time with us. We were happy to make Newman our choice.
And you'll have peace of mind knowing that on the day of the installation, we'll give you and your home the respect it deserves.
The guys arrived right on time. The crew leader came and talked with us, let us know what they were going to be doing. He was here all day with the crew. That in itself was very impressive.
If you're thinking about your roofing or siding, give Newman Roofing a call today.
We were very happy with our experience, and we would highly recommend Newman to anybody we talk to.
Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.